And oh, it's up here. Is that right? Rear cam. Should be right.
Yeah.
Good morning. 15 minutes late. Yeah, we had it just starting for 15 minutes because we were sorting out some tech stuff. Okay, so my rope order has arrived. Actually, I could probably move the camera a little bit. I'll just hold the rope up. I think the first, I'm gonna finish off this. Whoops, I just lost the middle of my coaster. I was winding it to see how much of this rope cut off would give me, and it'll give me a really small coaster, so I'm gonna make a little one before I jump into the other rope. But I think I might just have to now unpin this and recoil it because it's hard to get it back in. But that's okay, this was just for reference for size. But after I do that, I'll take this thread out of my machine and we'll start using different colors of thread because we have all sorts of fun colors for the rope that we're gonna go over. These are the threads we're gonna use. Some black, it's got some sparkles in it as well, which is really fun, the rope. I'm gonna use some fuchsia, some purple, and some sort of muted blue. For this kind of rope, got this really pretty rope. It's very small, but I couldn't resist the color. It's like a sort of like blues and lavenders. So we're gonna see what we can make out of that. And we've got some purple rope. You can see, yeah, you can see there. Yeah, purple. And some like sort of pastel rainbow. And then this is the fun sparkly stuff that I'm looking forward to trying. It's sort of like almost a paracord, but it's not as stiff and hard as some paracord can be. I usually avoid it, but this stuff I think is going to be okay. It's got nice fun sparkles in it. And the rope is quite soft. It's not as stiff. So I think on next stream we might try and I might actually save the fuchsia and try to do a heart bowl out of that. I'm going to try the other colors first, so let's put the fuchsia off to the side. We'll see what happens there. Put this over here, and we'll do this rope first, probably. Okay, but we're going to give this one just a quick little start, little warm-up project to get my brain in the sewing mode. I had a sleep-in today. Oh, I just realized I didn't turn over my screen. And I've got my thing running, so I got to turn that off. Get into my stream manager on my thing here and go to chat. Okay, just gonna do a little. Hey, it's Mike. Make sure my headphones are working. Oh, maybe not. Maybe my headphone turned off because it's not. I don't hear it. I don't hear it, so maybe my headphone turned off. Yeah, I thought that I. Pop it back in here and see if. I mean, usually it's blue. Oh, you don't think the Bluetooth is connected? Yeah, let's see. This might. Oh, now I did hear connected there. So we'll type in another. Testing.
Oh.
Oh, it only just connected, so I might not hear this. I still didn't hear it in my chat, though. And I forgot to put the notification up on. Thought we plugged these in, but unless it's volume or something silly like that. Well, if it usually it would work on my phone. I think it's probably the buds. But I don't know. Well, I'll just visually watch it for now. Visually watch it. That's how you would do it. Visually track it, I guess is what I meant to say. I do. Yeah, I'm not hearing it. Maybe I'll have to put the other ones
I
on.
don't know that that has anything to do.
Oh, okay, mental. I don't like wearing these anyway, but they don't fit right. I hate that, like, they should give you like a trial set of the covers for the parts that go in your ear so that if they don't fit, you can bring them back. I hate that you have to buy them until you find the ones that fit. But what do you do with the old one? It's a bit silly. Pardon?
Reaching the boys.
I have no idea.
Use Edge.
I didn't even realize you could change the voice.
I can have a ding when I do that one as well.
Yeah, let's do that. Forgot to put my notice up on.
I can show badges, timestamps,
What should I put?
join and leave messages.
That sounds good.
Oh, that's cool.
That all sounds good. Just toggle as many things so we can just see it happen, and then if we don't want it, we just take it off.
Good. Oh. What are the join?
I guess it would also be an alert because then you know if someone's just watching, but they're just not chatting, which is fine. Lurking
I'm actually gonna
around.
turn it off. So I figure out what it does, like how to so it doesn't say bye and all that.
Yeah. Okay, we're back over to
Show the
Zigzag.
user's platform. All those stubs.
What do you think the issue is with the buds, though?
The issue with the buds is that it wasn't out loud. It was off. Because it got. Remember when it
Oh,
relogged
okay, I
you in,
didn't
we didn't
know that.
re-enable those settings. That's
Oh, okay, so it is working. Or should I? Okay.
don't know why.
Why it's not what? Oh, the chat.
Yeah. I may have to redo the custom browser doc on that for. Let me see if I can.
Okay, your popcorn. Okay, I did hear that one. Oh God. can tell that my head is not feeling great because already my machine noise is getting to me.
Machine.
Just the noise. I have a headache. Yes, please.
And do you want those will be cover that.
True. Yeah, might as well do that. Okay, we're changing up the buttons here. It's the, yeah. Oh.
If I want to adjust the audio, I don't want you to tell me if it goes brrrr-ding, brrrr-ding, or...
Oops. Once I finally get them on, it's quite loud. Maybe just a titch. Well, hang on. Just a second. Do it in a minute once I start sewing. Yeah, that's good. Thanks, babe. I'm going to send myself a message to sort of hear what the level sounds like when I'm sewing. Oh, I have to get send. Didn't do it. That's frustrating. Well, he's left the room, so I gotta get him on it when he comes back. How's my hair look, guys? I feel like my... Oh no, I thought my hair was sticking up from where I put my thing on. There you go. Now I have to watch the chat because I got my earmuffs on and I don't know why they're not working. We're really winning this morning. Let's turn this morning around though. Oh, I woke up at 2:30 and could not go back to sleep to save my life. Finally started to feel stupid. My brain was sort of trying to log off around 4:30. But then I heard my husband get up. He gets up early, like around 5. Well, sometimes as early as 4:30 every morning. So I kind of heard that rustling going on. But I think he knew I wasn't feeling great because he was coming in out of the bedroom and was able to get a few more hours. Oh, I forgot to change my stitch setting. Oh, I did it. This is my warm-up coaster, folks. Till this brain of mine wakes up. Unless things drastically change with my head, I don't imagine I'm going to go over my 2-hour stream time. I know the last on the Wednesday I went like 4 hours, which was great. I enjoyed it. Fingers crossed the head just sort of cooperates with me. Because I want to play with all my new rope. So just a plain Jane. Oh, I'm going to put the middle holding grip on it. That's what I should call these, plain Jane or plain Jen. I know it doesn't rhyme with plain, but mainly because my name's Jen. My real name. We have some other products in the shop where I work that have plain Jane as the title on them. It's usually like salves and lotions and things that are unscented. I could make this one, or maybe a different, well, it doesn't make sense if it's plain Jen because it doesn't rhyme. maybe just plain palette. Or I should maybe call this like the sandy one, sand palette. Because a lot of the stuff in the shop is very ocean themed because we live, our little community's right on the ocean. The shop has amazing, really beautiful windows that go right out, look out right into the harbor. So it's very much an aquatic theme. So just a little plain Janie or Sandy, work in progress with the name. So I think I'll just leave it plain. And I might collect some plain stuff for experimenting with dyes down the road as well. This is the size I originally started making all my coasters, this sort of 12 feet of rope. And then I started to make them a bit bigger. It's just a little, it's only a couple laps. Actually, I have some that even go around one more, so even big for like the really big base mugs. But yeah, I was getting feedback that some people wanted options with sizing. Okay, so we'll pop that over there. And let's start with, what do we want to start with? What do I decide? Let's go back to here. Oh, maybe it's a connectivity issue. I don't know, because I'm getting the other alerts. Oh, wait, weird. Did that? Sorry, folks. Just. It's my touch screen and my phone is being really sensitive. I wonder if I need to replace my screen protector. Oh, it's the only thing about headphones. I got to ask around, maybe with other makers and different people that rooms I'm visiting in the chats, ask them if they have a version of a headphone that they like that doesn't affect their glasses, because this does push in a little bit here, which is not ideal. For moi. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so I think that we'll do, I think I'll try using the purple rope. It's pretty cute. Okay, it's gonna find the end of it. Oh, and then which bobbin? This is a sort of lavender-esque kind of color. I think it will go okay on this rope. Yeah, that'll be fine. And that's the same as this, so we can spin another one if we need, or add some more. So that'll be good. And I need another rope. Yeah, I don't think I'm not hearing the stuff anymore when I type it into the chat. I don't hear anything. Just 1 second. Use Pasadena. We didn't put an age thing on our stream, so. Yeah, I know, but. Okay. Pardon me. Also, I want to name her. I don't know what yet. Pardon me. No, nothing. Okay. Don't need that. No, I didn't hear it. Did you just say test? Did you just write test? Yeah. I can see it in the chat, but I can't hear it in the headphones. Yeah, earlier, so. Yeah, I can hear that, but not the chats. I'm just sorting out a few issues, guys. We'll be right back to sewing in a second here.
Oh.
Pardon me.
Didn't hear the other when you heard the Bluetooth thing. So.
Sorry about that. Forgetting to mute my mic. Yeah, I don't know what to name her. I mean, I could just call her Pinky. She's got a little pink flower. I haven't put any age caps on my stream yet. Pardon me, so I'm just taking my medicine off camera. Which I will probably take again at 4:20, so.
Man.
And now I'm age restricted. Pardon me. But I have tried a bazillion prescription meds for my migraines. And a lot of them just either don't work or give me horrific side effects. And cannabis is a legal drug in my country.
Yes,
You do have to be over 18 to get it, though.
You could just change it. You could just. I mean, look at DJ Clay, right?
He all ages.
I don't think he's all ages.
Oh, I'm gonna sit her on my new coaster there.
Some are, some are.
Get your little.
I don't know if Fairwings is.
She doesn't do it online. See, keep her little pot bum cozy. That means if someone if I know how old someone is and they're under that age, I have to ban them. I remember Campus Monsters talking about one of the guys that got oh, I'm forgetting the guy that got the award. Mystic, I think maybe Mystic something, for someone who'd really been around since the beginning of his Twitch days. And he kept banning him till he could come back in when he was of age. So he'd been following for a long time. It's pretty cute story. I could just do a total separate videos for kids sewing. That would be fun. Maybe on YouTube for kids tutorials for projects. Okay, I'm just gonna. I had to scoop one of my little hooks I like to feed the rope through while I'm sewing. So I'm gonna tape this rope together so it doesn't get tangled up with the hook it's sharing with its twin. Okay. This is almost exactly the same color as my purple docks. Pardon me. Which is pretty cute. Ooh, if I could find this in a bigger gauge, I would love to make a little purse out of this. Or even a backpack. I have been carrying around the same rope backpack, the very first one I made. I've only made 2. The second one was for my mom. It's on my goals list to make more of those, because people do really like it. I don't know if people will pay the price that I would put on it because of the rope cost and the labor in, but people are always very complimentary when they tell them that I made it. And I've had a couple people said if I did make more, I could possibly bring them into the shop. So might as well start making them for my online shop and take a couple their way once I get that done. That was a bit of a side tangent, but see, pretty color though, right? I think the upper camera is much better. It's better quality. You can kind of see it better up here. We gotta take this thread out. No more plain Jane. Well, not for, but black we'll use later. And this one. Nope. Super weird. Still trying to figure out how to get the chat to come up in my headphones. It was working before, and
Up here.
something's not refreshing, but I'm gonna sew until we figure it out. Brush to clean this out a little bit first. Get all these rope fibers and dust bunnies out. Not really so much. They're fiber bunnies. This thing moves enough so it doesn't have time to collect dust. Unlike the rest of my floors in the house. My least favorite chore is vacuuming out of all of the household chores. I mean, honestly, maybe even to cleaning toilets, but that does depend on the toilet. That's a case-by-case basis thing there, but I worked at a camp for kids as a camp counselor, and I was the eldest one on staff one year, and oh, this may not sound related, but it was related. I unclogged and cleaned a lot of toilets that year because we had a lot of young counselors on staff who didn't know what to do. When the you-know-what hit the fan. Oh, the worst one was the rat. Not a rat, it was a mouse in the toilet. That was fun. That was a fun adventure. Okay. And I'm going to go pick up. Pulled a bit too much out of there, but let's go on in here. I actually saw a really cool project online. I should actually start separating these little cutoffs just thread. I only have thread in one, because sometimes I do like tiny bits of rope and little corners of fabric. But I saw a really neat project online. Because Pinterest I was scrolling through, and they would like bundle up the fibers or the threads, pardon me, and then have like a slight mesh material, like organza or something like over it, and you just sew. So I think that could be a neat one to try. As long as you don't have a ton of tiny ones, because then I feel like you're just pushing those into your machine if you do that. But these have some rope in them, so we'll have to start that. But I think maybe we'll just get on with it and I'll stop getting distracted. And we'll go from here. Now I gotta find where I put the end of my rope. There it is. Pardon me. Okay, so we're starting off this rope piece. Most of my stuff, a large percentage, starts off like this with the little, you just kind of got to pinch it. This is only 3mm rope, so it is much more finicky. I usually use usually like a minimum of 5 up to 6, between 5 to 7, I guess sometimes. If I go beyond that, I got to use a different machine because the presser foot will be up higher. Pardon me. And this rope that's smaller, and then when it's floppy and a bit more squishy, it kind of changes the shape of the rope itself, so it's not perfectly round. So you have to do a much closer zigzag once you start using your zigzag. But to start, we're going to always use a straight stitch first to get all this together. at least a little bit loosely. I do recommend using a pin, and you have to kind of squish the rope down as I'm trying to push the pin through so it gets everything. I'll leave a little bit here so your presser foot will fit under it. I do recommend at least pinning it once if you're new to this little coil process, because if it starts to come up and you're trying to fix it and push it down while it's under here, it can get quite finicky. And I'm going to pop this on top for a second so I don't, and I forgot to pick up the bobbin and take them to the sewing party. I'll bring my bobbin string up. There we go. I mean, you can start the job if you've forgotten to pick up your bobbin string. It just means it'll probably get sewn down into what you're working on, and you'll have to cut it or pull it off. So that's why it's better to just pull it up. So I'm just gonna, because I have a pin in there, I'm gonna hand crank. Oh, I did feel it nick the needle a little bit, but it just sort of slid past it and nicked it at the very beginning. Oh, I heard something there.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was...
Okay, so run backwards now. And then go to the middle. Oh, I have a super tight stitch on. I have it right at a 1. I'm gonna put it at a 2 because it's little rope. I'm gonna the needle's in the middle of the presser foot. And I'm gonna hang crank. Oh, there we go. We got that over the needle, so we're good. Okay, and I'm gonna turn it so that the next line we're doing will kind of look like make it look like a cross. We did one here that we've turned up. I'm gonna do another one. Take this pin out, put it on my little magnet that I got close by so the doggies don't find them. And we're gonna go finish our cross. I'm gonna snip this top thread so I don't run over it. I'll leave the bottom one for now. Put that back down. I'm gonna come back to the middle, get my needle down, and now I'm gonna lift up my presser foot, turn my little circle center. I call them fiddleheads because I think they remind me of fiddlehead ferns. So if I say fiddlehead starter, that's what I mean. I do have a vision in my head of a piece I would like to make. That's more of something I would hang on a wall rather than like a vessel or a bowl or a basket. And I want to adorn it somewhere. I want to sort of build the scene in fabric, sort of like interpretive, like applique quilting kind of a thing. And have like rope sort of fiddleheads that go into like actual ferns and stuff with rope and fabric combo kind of stuff. And felting as well. I like to incorporate felting into it, make sort of a, 3D effect on it. I'll definitely stream that. I feel like being online now and streaming, it's almost let me give myself permission to work on a few projects that I might just keep continually pushing back.
Started something.
Because I'll often not do something that I personally want to make because I want to stock the shop with more bowls or, pardon me, that sort of thing. So if I'm streaming, then I'm still sharing it with other makers and potentially sort of under the work umbrella of contributing. So I don't want to flood my streams with them because I do have goals for building up an online shop with my real projects. But I want to pick and choose and, sort of make some of these visions I've had come to life. Sorry about that. Another piece I want to make too is going to be like, I think sometimes people get in their own way because they look at like for purchasing, they might like something of mine on a shelf at the shop, but because we sell so many other vessels, like pottery and wooden bowls and different kinds of porcelain and different things like that, depending on the artist, with little trays, trinket trays and stuff. I think when people see the rope fiber stuff, they sort of think, oh, what do I put in that? Because we also sell some different kinds of food that are locally made, like soup mixes and spices and and whatnot. So I think people are like, well, I can't, you know, I can't put soup in that bowl. What do I use that for? So sometimes I'll go around the shop and take a couple things off my shelf. And I'll put like a pair of earrings inside a little bowl that matches the colors of the bowl, or a little wrapped up bath bomb inside a basket, a couple of them, to sort of suggest to people you can put all sorts of stuff in bowls made of rope. Like, people ask me and I'll just start rattling things off. The first one I always say is obvious, is like loose change and keys. That's sort of where most people they'll tell me when they buy it. They're like, oh, this is gonna go on here and it's gonna hold my keys when I come in so I don't lose them. I've actually thought if I make a few with like a key pattern on it, like especially like the skeleton keys that look cool and gnarly, I think that'd be fun to do on a rope bowl. Usually in looking for a specific other type of project, I forget I should start a list of the fabric I want to use for ideas on bowls. I have made oblong one where I sort of start the rope like this and then you kind of go around and around. And I've put like that color test shot that you used to see when the shows would stop at the end of the night kind of thing. A test broadcasting channel screen. I've put that fabric that I had that I thought was kind of retro and made them into remote trays. It's much bigger. The remotes are getting smaller, so I don't need to make them as big, so I used to make them like this big. Good morning, Scottish Mind Games. I guess, yeah, morning for me. Is it still morning? It's 10 to 11 a.m. here. It's almost 11. Pardon me. So it's probably the end of your day almost now. I'm glad I was keeping an eye on the chat because I didn't actually hear that in my headphones. I'm sort of just saying that for my husband nearby. It's going pretty good. I have a bit of a headache today, so I don't know if I'll go much over my actual time. Oh, my thread just, oh, it didn't. No, it's just very similar color thread. I thought it broke. So we'll see how I go time-wise. 10 to 12 was sort of like my minimum that I want to do 3 times a week at least. And anything on top of that's gravy. Having these headphones on does help because it muffles some of the noise in my machine. My machine's louder than what you're hearing based on some of the noise settings we have in. So, but sometimes getting up and doing stuff and helps. Sometimes if you just lie in bed and feel crappy all day, you just keep feeling crappy, so. And I want to meet those goals. How about yourself? How are you doing? How was your day? Da, da, da. I was just watching something this morning. If I really don't want to get out of bed, I don't like to look at my phone very first thing when I get out of bed, but some mornings when I'm trying to actually wake my brain up, I do find the screen will like wake up those eyes, get me functioning. Anyway, so when I was doing that, I was looking, I think it was Instagram, and it was like Good News channel, I think I follow on Instagram. And it was, I'm not sure what country it was in. It was definitely like South Africa somewhere. And there were some kids that were, a fellow was in his full Scottish garb for playing bagpipes. And they were going to hear bagpipes for the first time. And it was really cute to see their reactions. They were probably like 8, 9, 10 years old. It was really cute to see their reactions to it. They dug it. They thought it was cool. They started dancing. I think they were surprised by how loud they could be, though, based on their facial reactions. Oh, yeah. First week back is always long. Pardon me. I don't work a 7-day work week or a 5-day work week or full time. So, and even just my first shift back at the shop, I feel like that could get dangerous if I say that a few times too fast. It was only like a 4-hour shift, and I felt like, oh my goodness, has it only been half an hour? I was just feeling a bit out of the routine and practice. And I was having trouble with the pay system. So that was frustrating. But it's working now, so. And I mean, I love going to the shop to work. It's sort of like, it's always a nice place to go. We get a lot of regulars, so it's nice to catch up with them. And you see a lot of the same artisans coming in to restock their stuff. So I'm always meeting new ones because we have almost a couple hundred artists in that shop. And because I'm only in there 1 or 2 half days a week, it's easy to miss a lot of the people that you kind of know by name because you're seeing their product pass you through hands when people buy them, but you don't always have no idea what they look like. It's a small town, but it's not that small. Or a town that neighbors a city. It is also not very large, but my brain's always wondering what I should call it. I guess it's called the Valley, technically, because the Valley is sort of is comprised of a village, a town, and a city. Pardon me. And a couple little communities. I guess they could be villages, but just very small ones. Well, I'm really loving this rope. I think that thread color worked out great, even though it looks like it would be slightly different. Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you were. This I'm looking. I'm gonna try this one after the purple, but I've got this rope here that I'm trying. It's like this black rope with these sparkle woven right into it. It is paracord. I don't normally use paracord a lot, but this is very soft paracord. And I was reading the comments of the users that used it. They were talking about the core inside, and this one is. It's not really tightly twisted or braided, so it won't. It shouldn't be too hard on my machine. And then I've also got this nice pastel colors. It's like a pastel rainbow kind of. I'll hold it up here. This one's a bit better. The light's blowing it out a little bit. So we got 2 bunches of that, 1 bunch of the purple, and this one's my favorite. I should have gotten more of this one. Often when I'm getting new rope from different suppliers, I will only get a little bit because I want to make sure I like it or that it is as advertised. This is like a teal and lavender combo. Oh, this light's not doing it any favors. Come back a little bit. Once it's sewn up a little bit, I think you'll be able to tell much easier. So we're going to play with that. I got a couple of plain braided. I think this is 5 mil rather than 6 mil, but it's softer, so that should hold us for a few projects anyway. And I'm gonna measure what I have roughly left on this rope so that I can kind of gauge what I want to make with it. So I just got to stand up for a second to do that. Yeah, I'm still not hearing it through the thing. La 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 la. Okay, it's a rough measurement, so I'm not gonna start. I'll start with my hand about here, and then we just do my wingspan for a rough 5 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I'd say like to my elbow, so 25, like 29. Actually, yeah, probably almost 30 feet. So let me think. This is where I have to think, like, do I make multiple pieces, multiple smaller pieces, or like one sort of medium piece? This isn't going to be a large piece based on this amount of rope. People are always surprised how much rope it takes to make things. The bigger baskets and bags are like hundreds and hundreds of feet. Okay. Oh, it's yeah, I got to decide because I got to decide if I want to be adding color with thread as I go at all. depending what kind of look. I mean, I do have the option of adding it after the fact. Sometimes it's just a bit more of a seamless look. Less zigzags over zigzags. If you know, just wondering how this darker will, that'll be nice on top, I think. Yeah, I think that'll look good. A little more of it on there to see. It's obviously not how it's going to get sewn on, but. More coffee. My nails are all short now. One of them, they were very weak and thin after my gel manicure was off. And one of them ripped the other day. And I went and snipped them right away so I wouldn't pick at them or bite them. But then I found myself biting them later on, so I went and put like strengthening nail polish over them. I say this now that Scottish Mind Games is in the chat because they were, we've made a deal where that if they see me biting my nails or chewing the skin around my nails, they're supposed to get mad at me and tell me to stop because I'm trying to break that habit. I've been pretty darn good over the last year. But when I get tempted to get the, I'll be keeping an eye out, thank you. When I get the, I get tempted to get a manicure sometimes, and I always want to get the gel because it's so much easier. Ah, drop my bobbin. It dries because of the UV light, and you just can leave, and you don't wreck your nails at all right away. And even if it's like so dry enough to leave the place, if you don't get gel, if you go and dig into your purse and you're not being careful, you'll just wreck them. So waste of money. So I always end up getting the gel. But I guess I just gotta be smarter and have everything accessible to me when I'm gonna leave the manicure place. I mean, I maybe get like 1 or maybe 2 manicures a year on my actual nails on my hand. But I thought maybe it would be something I do more, or I just gotta practice doing my own nails, and that's good because that would be good practice to get more of a steady hand because I would transfer over to painting skills, I guess. So maybe we'll have a few manicure sessions where I'm just doing my nails at the machine. It'll save me money and it will be better for my nails. Pardon me. Oh, my hair is creeping back. So maybe 30, so I probably got like 12, almost, this is probably meant to be 50 feet actually, when I'm thinking about the batches I ordered and what's on here already that we've used. So I could measure out 25 feet and cut this and have 2 items in the same color. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Because then I can work on a purple thing again next time too. Okay, we're doing it. So I'm going to measure out the 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, wow, that really doesn't leave a lot. But is it enough to get some walls on this bowl? Well, this might make me change my mind. We'll see. Let's... No. Also, because it squishes a lot more, it is going to be smaller than I expect compared to the 6mm rope that I'm a little more used to using. So I've changed my mind again, which I'm allowed to do because I have creative control of this thing. I do think that having like a choose your own adventure stream, sew your own adventure, sew my own adventure, I don't know, something like that would be fun where, pardon me, when I've got a little more activity going on in the chats down the road, can have like a, you know, put a blue heart in the comment or a red this or purple that. You want me to do this flag color or what? It's just a yes or no for this, or just idea prompts. I like that idea of improv sewing. Yeah, whoever has the best sewing pun gets to choose the adventure. I don't know, stuff like that. I think it would make it fun for me. And hopefully all you guys too. So I've decided to make one piece with this. I'm going to make my base. I'm going to leave my lighter purple in the bobbin. And I'm going to put the darker purple, which I also have, in the top. But I do need to get this stitch down before I take it off. Because I think I want to incorporate some of the dark into the inside base of the bowl too. I might still add fabric, and if I end up covering up some of the darker purple, that's okay, but this will give me a few more options down the road. But still get that darker color on the base that I want. Okay. La, 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 la. If you're talking to me, I can't hear you. Are you talking to me, babe? What did you say? He's like, he doesn't want to say it now. Oops, oh, gotta put it on the hook. Okay. Now we got a two-tone combo now with the thread. I think it'll look nice. Straight stitch to get it down. Oh, I left it short. And go two. Might make a little. I'm gonna start with a little polka square. Back to regular zigzag. I mostly use is 2 length and 5 width. Those numbers can vary to machine a little bit. They're sort of transferable to a point, but as you sew with different machines, you'll kind of get an idea. Which I'm now remembering with the other rope that feels similar to this, I did a 2 and a 4, but we'll start at a 2 and a 5 and see if I want to change it. A lot of people, I don't think people will notice the change, but it can make the construction a little bit easier. This is okay. And earlier I said polka square. What that is this. This is a polka square. It's a very high-tech term that I made up. Because I think these look like polka dots of color when I first started putting them into my baskets. And they're not polka dots, though, because they're not circular. So I call them polka squares. Scottish Mind Games has probably heard that a few times by now. Gotta let the new peeps know what's going on. The lurk-friendly stream, so if you just have a neon playing while you're doing something else or whatever, or you just want to watch, feel free. Thanks for watching. Any way you're here is appreciated. Pardon me. I hit a little milestone recently. It was yesterday or the day before. I got Twitch affiliated, which means I've had enough stream time and some activity in order to, you know, hit some other levels on Twitch and eventually maybe make a little bit of earning money. So that was nice. Still learning how things work, but it definitely upped the game as far as other settings that we gotta educate ourselves on and sort of get going and have available in the on the page. We'll be working on some cute little emotes for peeps. Probably have a few ones for people that just come in watching and want to chat with one. And then have some that are sort of locked for people that are going to support us. I say us because it really is a multiple person effort that goes into making this stream happen. My tech guy, Poops McPlenty, also my husband, is a huge part of why this happens. I don't know if I would be on Twitch if it wasn't for him, to be honest. I don't know if I would have the technology patience with the learning curve. So, shout out to Poops. He's a mod, so he can do his own shout out. Actually, I don't know if he's technically a mod. I don't even really know how you get mods yet, but he is a mod. He's saying, okay, so he is a mod. Thanks, Scottish Mind Games. I don't actually have the voice coming in through my headphones normally, so but it is making me keep an eye on the chat more, which is lovely. So thanks for the congrats, appreciate it. La 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 la. But this does muffle some of the noise on here, which is good because I have a little bit of a sore head. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't sing my other song. Probably because I haven't gone in like a steady roundabout stream here yet with the sewing. It's a bit stop-start at the beginning here. I'm like a little bit foggy, so that's why I'm sort of like keep double and triple checking my stitch settings here. Brain fog, so fun. Okay, so I'll go around a couple times, add a couple little color squares. And then I'll just let it go for a little while so we can get a base and walls started on it. And back to the 1 and 6. When I want to do my little color square here, my length is at a 1 and my width is at a 6. So push my little back and forth button a little bit there. I wish I had a knee pedal or another foot pedal for the backwards button. Not on this one, but la 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 la. 2 and 5. See, I'm totally like foggy because I'm so pausing for longer than I normally would between stitch settings. Usually I just do it automatic, sometimes without even looking. And that's okay. We're sewing through the fog. Sewing through the fog. That's a good that's good. I like that. That'd be a good tagline. I feel like I gotta double check that's not someone else's Instagram name. I feel like I might follow a fellow sewist on Instagram that has a head injury, and that might be, I think that might be her name, and I just thought that was my own awesome idea, but really it's them. It might be sewing through the pain. Either way, it totally applies to migraine. Before, I found sewing after I had been on about a year and a half of bed rest after a series of head injuries because I'm stubborn and I wasn't listening to my doctors and got the second and the third. But anyway, pardon me. So I'd been on bed rest for quite a long time, about a year, and then I sort of was moved back out on my own, sort of figuring out how to live on my own again, do all the basic things. And when I wanted to sort of start and be social out in the land of the living, I joined a sewing class because I thought, oh, that could be cool. I had this sewing machine I'd carried around that I acquired from someone. It was brand new in the box, and I thought, oh, I'll join a sewing class. And I did, and Foundations 1 at the Spool Sewing Studio. I teach a rope bowl class there now. She had Foundations 1, and it's, we made a little bowl in the class as one of the projects one week. to get used to our machine and stuff, and I just loved them. I made everyone rope bowls that Christmas. And I just went with it and was addicted to Pinterest and Instagram and just seeing what other makers were making and ideas and things I could do, and I just loved it. I loved it because I could feel really accomplished in making something and just go around and around doing the zigzag over again. I didn't have to get too lost in like patterns and measuring and right sides and wrong sides and inside out, right side out. Because I learn very differently now than I used to. And I get very frustrated when I feel dumb. So I'm not saying I necessarily am dumb. I just get frustrated when I feel that way. And I feel like I should be picking up something faster than I know I am. So I loved that being I could just go around and round and throw some tunes on or a podcast, and that's how I found it. I don't even know why I started talking about this. Maybe just how I got into sewing in general for new people. That's what it was. See, I also have memory issues, so patience is key. And a good sense of humor, I think. If you're tuning into this channel at all. I think lots of people go off on crazy tangents or forget what they were saying, and like it also being on screen makes me feel much more normal too, because I mean normal is overrated, but sometimes I chalk things up to being as a result of my sort of bumped up head and broken brain, but sometimes it's just being human, and I need to tell myself that more, I think. So I'm being hard on myself. This is a pretty coaster. This would make a pretty coaster. But I know that now, so if I do order more of this rope, it could be a good one for that. Just because it's smaller gauge, and the bigger projects, I would use a thicker rope. Just a little less thread, a little less materials. Oh, we're gonna run out of bobbin right now. Oh, that almost never happens where I see through the plate that the bobbin is gonna run out. I can see the end of the thread underneath here. So we're gonna go to, oh, I can't even go to the next piece of rope. I have to put it into straight stitch. Back over to theirs, oh no, there. And we're gonna go backwards and see if we can tie it down without losing the thread. No, we didn't have enough. See, there's the top still. Oh well, it's okay. So, I think because, oh, I do have, now I gotta decide if I want to keep it as the, like the same color lavender or go up. I might go to the, I'm gonna put the darker purple in now because we're gonna go up soon to make the walls. So then the bottom is what you'll see on the outside for coloring. So that'll be a nice visual too while you guys are watching it get sewn together. I think I'm gonna actually change the top now to the lighter color and have a little bit of a gap and have like sort of rings coming up the basket, alternating between the lighter thread, lighter purple, the lavender, and then the dark. The deep purple, deep, deep, deep. La, 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 la. It's okay. Okay, we'll go pick up the bobbin. Oh, and put, there's a, didn't see my clear. Sometimes I want to put like a little border on this so I can see this. And I'll look for this little thing forever because it's clear. It has a little bobbin here, but it has a picture on it of how you're supposed to thread the bobbin in, which isn't a reminder that I appreciate because I do forget that sometimes. I'll forget something that I've just done a million times and be like, how do I do this again? Oh, let's put that in there. Best lip balm ever. Shout out to Shamrock Farms, Comox Valley. Oh, can we read that? Hard to read. This is butterbeer flavor. So butterscotch. And it's handcrafted on their farm using pumpkin and beeswax, 100% natural. And then a bunch of little words that I can read because my glasses are quite good. But there's all sorts of words in there I don't know how to pronounce. Okay, I know what this is gonna sort of look like now, so I know what I'm going for design-wise here. So I've stitched that down. I'm gonna add a little square here of this color to cover this sort of like transition in thread color. Oh, we pulled up a little bit of the... Oh, there we go. Oh no, it's pulling up the... No, something's iffy here. I gotta look. Because I have the lavender on the top, it should be lavender colored here with the thread, not this dark purple. So it's pulling up the under thread, the bobbin thread for some reason. I'm going to cut this out because I do want to figure out why it's doing that. And it'll be easier for me to see if I remove this. I feel like a little self-conscious undoing something I've done on camera, but I saw, I gotta maybe have a list of people that I watch frequently beside me so I can refer to them. I was watching a sewer anyway online, and she was picking apart I mean, I would say it was a big mistake, but she's a very active sewer and does a lot of work for other people. Contract sewing, it sounds like, so she's probably just used to it and in her element, but she had sewn one piece on to the wrong side of something. And she just like, no big deal, just like, oh, gotta take this off. And then just went and undid it, used her seam ripper, and, you know, I loved how she handled it, though. It was just like, no big deal. Me, I stress out too much when stuff like that happens. I'm just like, what happened? But I guess also when you're doing certain things, like you kind of, if you know what happened, then you feel okay, you know how to fix it. But it is frustrating sometimes when you're using the machine and something's not working and your tension is right, your stitch lengths are right, your needle is right, your feed dogs are engaged if they're supposed to be, like all these things. But it still won't work, or it won't thread, or it won't pick it up, or you're just getting a bird's nest. If you get to that point, take everything off and like dust out your machine. You have vacuum attachments, then use those. I have those. This one is definitely due for that. I don't know that I'll vacuum it on camera, but I will show the pieces that I have. If anyone's curious at some point. So, and it's always good to take away the other fibers that are in there that are, like some people are like, oh, I'll just sew over it, no big deal. But if you go in there with your needle and you're not picking out these fibers that you've left in there after you've cut out the zigzag stitch, they're just going to end up in your machine. I mean, not every fiber, but like it's just going to go, needle's going to go through, push that back down into here, and then it's just going to bung things up. It just doesn't do any favors for anything. So it's good to take that time. Because you can push stuff in there. Like I'll be sewing something and then all of a sudden I'll get a little fiber in the rope and I'll be like, what? That neon orange, when did I use that color? And you think, and you're like, oh, that was weeks ago. And yet, and maybe you've even done a bit of vacuuming, but it's still in there. These things they're like little germs, man, fibers and dust, they can get anywhere. What was it I heard also on a stream last night? It was she said, what was it? She was like, it was the COVID of craft supplies. And I think she was referring to glitter. I thought it was hilarious. I don't want to spark a whole conversation about COVID. If it's going to be a conversation about sparkles, yeah, okay, let's do it, or glitter. But I thought that was hilarious because it really does get frickin' everywhere. We used a lot of glitter at the summer camps I worked at for different things. I helped out a lot with the performances and different theater things and costuming. So I even did a theater class, even though I'm not really a theater teacher or anything. But being in music and things like that, you kind of learn stuff. I was in a musical when I was in high school. Anyway, so we would help with making the set designs and things. And oh, the amount of glitter they used was intense. And it would get everywhere. I remember even like it being like in the shower, in the showers, like you'd see it in the tiles from getting all over the kids, and then it just comes out of there. Who knows where it is? Glitter wedgies. Okay, so for middle, double checking the. I'm gonna put it back to straight stitch because I'll have to stitch it down, but I am curious why it was doing that. Find it down. Nice and slow. That seems to be working now. We've got the lavender thread on the top. Yeah, I think we're good. I think just taking it out and starting again. It's like the computer's version of turning it off and turning it on again when you're on with the tech people, and that's the first thing they tell you. I don't know where I put my elastic. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it now. Okay, so we're back to the zigzag. So I'm going to go around a few times and then decide if I want to go up based on how big the base is. We don't have a massive amount left, so I do need to make go up sooner than later. Might actually go up immediately after this first time around. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the way around once. Trim the threads and then go up. Almost once because I have to give myself trimming room before I go. And I lied. I'm going around one more time. There's more rope sitting in my lap than I thought. I looked up at the wall on my hook and thought, oh my gosh, I can afford to go around. I think if I do one more time and then up. I know, one more. I sound like a gymnastics coach. Last one more time. That's what I was used to be. The one I hated hearing that when I was trying to practice full turns on beam. And I wanted you to nail so many of them before you decided to stop practicing. Full turns though, I mean, on beam, I mean, now they'll do like doubles and triples. Even with their leg up in a split on one foot, they'll do this. That's what I noticed on the last Worlds competitions I was watching, that was the trend now. It advances so quickly, right? What kind of moves they keep breaking out. But those just basic full turns can still get any gymnast at any level. It's just like, oof, everything has to align and spacing, and it's just, I hated them. You could nail everything else in the beam routine, and then that full turn would just be what would make you fall off, and falling all the way off is a bigger deduction. Beam was my favorite when I was in gymnastics. It wasn't the one that I placed the best in, because I had a really hard time with my nerves and competing. It's one of the reasons I stopped eventually, because it was a competitive team, and I would get too nervous and it would suck all the fun out of everything. And if I didn't do well, I would be very disappointed in myself. And there was this sort of silent competition between my sister and I. We didn't really talk about it till we were adults, but it wasn't that we didn't want each other to do well. It was just, it was hard when they would do well in something and we would suck at it. And we would take turns. Like, there was different strengths that we both had. But, yeah, that was the hard part. It's kind of... I just always wanted to do well. Especially when I could do well when I wasn't performing in front of people. So I it was just always frustrating because I knew I could do the skills. Like that performance part of it. Not so much. That's why I went into dance after we quit gymnastics. That was fun because we got to do it with a lot of our high school friends. Our high school friends group wasn't really in gymnastics, so it was really just my sister and I that would go into the neighboring city to go. I mean, the neighboring city is like 15 minutes away. It's very close. But we have people from those schools that would be in class with us. Okay, so I'm going to straight stitch this down. I'm going to add the other purple. So we have a dark ring that'll start on the top. I think I'm going to leave. I'm trying to decide if I should do a different color on the outside. I was wondering kind of what this purpley, this one would look like. Do I have enough of it? Oh, I dropped it. Darn it. Dropping bobbins is my least favorite. I mean, no, scissors. I don't want to drop the scissors. Scissors, it's really bad to drop scissors because it's not good for your scissors. And you might also, you know, hurt your toes or a puppy. No, if my puppies get anywhere near my feet here, they get shooed away. One time, my puppy has accidentally touched the pedal. It was a funny moment. I'm just glad my hands weren't anywhere near the needles. Needle, there's only one needle. I haven't used my double needle attachment on this machine, on any machine. Should try that one day. It's good for like on the edges of cuffs of sleeves. Oh, like right here, there's a double stitch. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. There's a double stitch here, so they would use like it's like a little needle that comes out and then forks in like a tuning fork almost, but with needles. I think that might be a cute look that I could do. I wonder how that would look on bowls as a decorative option with just, you have to use a straight stitch, I'm assuming. I don't think you can use a zigzag stitch. You wouldn't be able to because it wouldn't fit through the dresser foot properly. Yeah, I should have sewing experiment streams too, where I'm just trying new things I've never tried. Never used my buttonholer. Don't know how to do a buttonhole. I mean, I know how to make one without a buttonholer. But I've never used my actual buttonholer. I remember it was really cute. I came home one eve. We had my soon-to-be, they're my in-laws now, but when they were my soon-to-be in-laws, right before we got married, we kind of spaced on the fact that the gift that my husband was giving his dad was cufflinks. But not always, not all dress shirts will have the holes for cufflinks, and his didn't. So he had to put a buttonhole in his cuffs, but I was really busy with wedding stuff, and so as was Kyle. So I came home one day, and because they came a few days early before the wedding, and he was in the sewing room just putting a button, using the buttonholer attachment that I'd never used. Figured out where it was awesome, and just doing it. And I was like, oh, just got a little fuzz on my camera here. I thought that was really cute. Cute moment. Okay. Did I? No, I didn't. I got distracted when I was talking. Distracting myself. I wanted to put the darker thread in. So we're gonna put this in to get the look we want in this bowl. Mm-hmm. Okay, just realized I was singing, so. Oh, I don't even realize I'm doing it. Hopefully I'm not scaring anyone away. I had my headphones on and my ears might be a bit clogged or congested, so you couldn't really hear my voice in my head with the tone. I was in the right key there even. I feel like when we sing, we probably sound better to ourselves than we actually are. At least that's my fear all the time. That was always my fear when I was in vocal jazz. Okay, we're gonna try and hold it nice and close so we can, they won't be super straight sides, but they'll be okay. I think it'll still be good for like, to be a tray. Just be a little shallow purple tray. I think I'll order more of this rope for sure. It's pretty cute. I think it could be good tray size. So with the smaller millimeters for my smaller items. And I can really play around with colors there. The larger millimeter rope that I get that has various colors like the black. And some of that green that you guys saw me using with the bird fabric and the teal blue. That's quite a bit more expensive than this rope, so I'll save that for larger pieces that I can put a larger price tag on. That sort of helps me recoup some of those supply costs. I'm just going to sew it through and add my other focus squares after I'm done, so then I'll kind of see how many passes of the darker color I've got and where I want to put my little focus squares. So I'm going to do a little rough. This is very rough because it's very loose, so it'll obviously go around more than this, but it gives me an idea. I'm wondering if I should put little tiny handles on this. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes to 5 when we get to there. So we'll go all the way up to my other square. The squares are good markers too if I want to have symmetrical elements, like how many rows I've got here versus how many rows I've got here. My what? Oh, someone's knocking on our door. I didn't realize it. La, da, da, da. We have lovely upstairs neighbors. My parents. So we're down to the bitter end. We've got this much left. I'm going to cut the end of this because I see it's a bit uneven and I want it. It's easier to stitch in if it's flat. Kind of had a bit of the core peeking out there. Okay. I don't think I'm going to add the handles on it because I don't know. Well, okay, maybe I will straight stitch this down. Just very, I'm going to look at it at least. I might give it a try. I'm going to sort of pin it out and see if it will work with the amount of rope we have left. And if it will work, I will add them. But if it's not going to work, I will, just going to stand while I do this. It gives my back a little bit of a break. Okay. Oh, weird. Is this one frozen? Because this screen is different than this screen. Maybe I have to... Oh, no, we're okay. It's just a bit more delayed than the other one. That's all. Okay, whoops. Oh, I moved my embroidery stand behind my spinning wheel and I keep hitting my chair on it. I might need to turn that around after. So I stopped doing that. Okay, so we've got some pins here. I'm going to use the ones in my pin cushion now. Right here. So I'm going to pin it here. I'm just pinning it here mainly so I don't rip the stitch out of this I know I did sew it down, but if I tug on it a bit, it could compromise it. So I'm going to, they don't need to really like fit a whole hand in here because it's just an ornamental tray. So just sort of ornamental handles, because often people will just pick it up like this anyway. But we're going to have a little peek and see if it'll work on here for how much we've got left. I do rough measurements, highly technical instruments like my fingers. Pin it in, double check. Yeah, it's okay. Pins here, clips. Pins will hold it in tighter to the surface, like the other, tighter to the other piece of rope that's already sewn in. Clips will just sort of help me get the general shape I want. So I have a better idea of exactly how much rope I need to get it done. There we go. Clips, you can kind of remove them a little faster, so it's nice to use those when you can. Yeah. I'm gonna measure it. Oops, other one. Okay, so to the middle, I like to start from the middle for the circumference of the basket, because then it's easier with my brain and the math. I just split it and then I see where it lies. Make sure the middle of the handle lies in that area. So these in here, so I might as well use them. Okay, so we've got about 19 inches around. So 8 is, well, 8.5, 16, 17, 9. Okay, oh no, so like 9.5 to the middle of here. So I'm gonna pin that, this little orange pin. This is the middle of the other handle. Nine and 1, and now I'm gonna take it off and measure it to where I want it to be from here. So 1, 2, do it. How long is this one? This is, it's only about, not quite 3 inches, 2 3/4. And then the actual handle itself is a bit more, it's 3.5. Okay, so we'll go here. I think we're gonna go about right and back over. I think this is where I'm gonna start the other. Oh, and then I will measure this at 3.5 for the length of the rope. And put this one so I don't lose it. And then 2 3/4 for the actual handle. 2 3/4 is going to be there. Sometimes I do just eyeball this, but my brain is definitely not in an accurate eyeballing mood. So we're measuring. Okay, so then I'm just double checking. 2 3/4. A little bit more over. Not by much, but a little. Okay. I think that should work. We'll see. Whoops. Pardon me, rubbing my itchy nose. Okay. Should I keep? Now I have to decide if I want to keep it. If I want, but now that I'm adding handles. Oh, actually, I'm not done. I have to make sure I actually have enough to actually do more than a single. I would normally not make this a. Take this out now that I've stuck it down.
Is that not?
I wouldn't. No, what was I going to say there? I'm losing my train of thought. Will we even make it to the black sparkly rope? Definitely not the pastels. Pastels will have to be later on. The rainbow pastels. I will do the. Even if it's just a coaster. I want to see that rope sewn down. Headache or no headache. That's what's happening. Okay, so. Just gonna pin a couple things here and see if I'll have enough rope. Under here. I think I can definitely do the 2. Oh, did I speak too soon? Did I speak too soon? Got small hair strands tickling my face. This feels like spider webs sometimes, my own hair. Okay. Round. Okay, we can do 2, but we will not have enough to do 3 because it will only go over 1 handle. So I'm not gonna do 3. I think 2 will be okay on this. 2 is like the minimum I would make it, unless I'm putting beads on the rope and making it bigger. Which I guess I could do. I have purple beads. That could be fun. I used these on the knitting bowl I made the other day. Maybe we do some purple on the handle and we don't worry about even putting a second row on it. But then, like, can I do anything with that leftover rope? I also don't want to waste the rope either. Let me see. I feel like if I had like lighter beads and I could alternate like the purple and the lavender, like the deep purple and the lavender, then maybe. I don't know if I want these sort of marbly fuchsia ones on there. I'll pull them out and look. But I could still, when I order more of the purple rope, I could just decide then. And use beads then, I mean. Because I would have to put, let's just put a little bit on here. I think this is where it's going to end. Put this, at least to there. But let's put some beads on it just to see, not the handle, but. Now's the time, because if I have to decide now, because I have to thread them. Oh, whoops. Oh, I want to compromise the rope to do it, though. The holes on the beads might not quite be enough. But I can get them on at this stage if I just tape this end and make it a bit narrower, because they're squishy. Okay, so we got this one. I don't know. I like the beads, but I'm not feeling it for this project, so I'm gonna hold off. When I get more of this rope, I'll play around with the beads more. Okay. So now I can, for the most part, take a lot of these pins out. Where did I? There it is. Okay, I can take a lot of these out now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it with the regular lavender color in the top and the bottom. Oh, which means I do need to spin a bottom, but that's okay. I want it to look like that, so I'm going to put the time in to spin it. I mean, the bobbins really don't take that long. I think because often when I first started sewing with rope, I would spin like 10 bobbins of my beige and like 10 bobbins of my black because I used those colors the most. Or maybe a couple bobbins in a lot of the other colors because then I would just go on these massive like sewing benders to get a bunch of stock done for a market. And so I've always associated spinning bobbins with it taking a really long time. But when it's just one bobbin, you can just spin one bobbin. It doesn't take that long. It's worth it if it's going to make it look like you want it to look. You have favorite colors, Scottish Mind Games? I do love purple, but I also really love all different shades of green and blue. I own a lot of black clothes too. I mean, I guess black's not technically a color, but I is design-wise in my day. Okay. No more bobbin noise. That one's done. Snip that. Greens. Not blue and white. No, I love greens and blues. Red used to be my favorite color, which I guess is very Canadian. Maple leaf. I do own a lot more red than I used to. I stayed away from it for years because I was dressed in red all the time as a kid, which I always make it sound like a bad thing, and it wasn't. I mean, it made for some very cute, adorable pictures of me and my twin sister. Me in red or pink, and Megan and, whoops, my sister in blue, and he has a shade of blue, occasionally purple. Hey, oh, I picked it up and then put it right back in. There we go. Oh no, I just partially, okay. It's funny though, because like she was always in blue, I was always in red, and now my favorite color is purple, and her favorite color is purple and blue and red. Make purple. My sister had a whole like thing in her speech at the wedding about that with the colors, and she gifted me these really cute little carved sort of stones. That one was red and one was purple. One was red, one was blue, and one was purple. Then on my anniversary, she gave me a similar stone in the shape of a heart that was white, just for like anniversary celebrating. I'll have to ask her where she got them and get an orange one, because that was our wedding colors. My favorite color and his favorite color, purple and orange. They do complement each other quite well. We used like were we ever able to Connie went into not knowing which twin was which? Sort of. Yeah, sort of a few times. The time that we like intentionally switched classes to do it, we were in junior high, and my sister went into what was going to be my math class, which was great because I freaking hated math. But it was also in the same room and teacher as my homeroom teacher. And then her other class that I went into was like a social studies class with her teacher, who's also her homeroom teacher. Anyway, so my teacher knew immediately that she was who she was, that it wasn't me. I probably should have told her that at the beginning of almost every math class. I was a cheeky student. I would like be leaning on her desk or sitting in her teacher chair and saying, "Do we have to do math today?" I was such a brat. And of course, Megan was shyer than I was, and she just sat in the desk, didn't say anything. So it was it was a kickoff right away. She knew, but the teacher was a good sport, and she let her stay, and because she wanted to see if her coworker would know that it was me, and all I had to do was sit there and not say anything, which was hard for me because even though I do have trouble talking while I'm sewing sometimes, I was a chatterbox. I wouldn't shut up as a kid, so I got that talks a lot, energetic, commented a lot in all of my report cards. So that was the one time that we like set out to do it. We never like tried to like play tricks on our boyfriends or our dates or anything like that. There was a story where one of my boyfriends did think it was me, but it was her. She came to dorms to visit me when I was first in college, and she was really tired. She could never really drive very long distances, so she was exhausted when she got there, and she was having a nap, and I had to go to class. And so I put a little post-it note on the door that said, "The girl in the bed is not me." And I went to class. My boyfriend at the time went in and was like snuggling up to her in like the little dorm room single bed thing. And he kind of went to like lean in for a kiss apparently while she was sleeping. And then when he got like just a certain distance away, he like knew it wasn't me. So he jumped out of bed, and she kind of woke up at that point when he jumped out. And she was like, "Wow." But he did know that she was coming, but he thought it would be in the evening. So it was just funny, and they just had a big laugh about it, and then introduced themselves, obviously, because they hadn't met yet. And then he looked at the bottom of the foot, because she was like, she put a sign on the door, and looked at the door, and he came, when he was walking back in, he realized he had something on his boot, and it was the Post-it note. So, I mean, that's the only real story I have for that, other than like when I started college that year. It was close. It was a couple hours away from where my sister lived, and the place where she lived is bigger and a lot more people. And I had a few people in dorms say, "I saw you when I was down there visiting, and I was calling your name, and you didn't turn around." And I'm like, "It wasn't me. It was my twin sister." And they didn't believe me. And that was weird for me too, because I was so used to living in towns and being at schools where like everyone just knew immediately you were a twin. So that was really funny. So as soon as my sister arrived that same day that I just told you in the other story, I took her down to this person's dorm room and said, "See, I wasn't lying." It was funny. So that was always the running joke later with that dorm mate. Oh my gosh, those dorms. I mean, they tried for the size of the college they were. It was little, but it was a nightmare. The kitchen left something to be desired. Trying to cook in that kitchen with an entire floor full of people. And I was like, I don't think how many rooms were in that dorm floor. Maybe like at least 20, maybe 30. And there's 2 stoves and 2 ovens, all right beside each other in this one kitchen with like not even a regular kitchen size of counter space. It was so awful. I did not enjoy. I like dorms. I didn't enjoy cooking there. So I definitely went out way more than I should have. Oh gosh, I was not good with my finances when I was a student. I blew through my student loan money like crazy. It was awful. I paid for that and then some. Really going all over the map today. I'm never going to get to this shiny, sparkly rope. Unless I just... So, what was his excuse? It was a mistake. He didn't actually kiss her. Okay, zigzag time. Okay, pull that one out, put it here. I'm gonna move this over here so I can... Oh, I think I might... Oh no, I think we're good. We had fun dressing up for one of our best friends. Actually, our best friends are twins also. They're not identical twins, but twins. We call ourselves the Golden Gals. Verdict's out on which one I am. But yeah, she had this really cute, like sort of Alice in Wonderland themed tea party. Oh, I heard a oh my gosh, we're being raided. The traveling tatter. Aw. Thanks for the raid. This is my very first raid that I've gotten in my chat. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Aw. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. You're even doing subs and stuff. I really appreciate it. Oh, I moved my little cell phone holder up here. Her name's Giselle, so I can look at this chat. This is exciting. Phantom Breeze, thank you for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. That's awesome. Appreciate it. This is so exciting. It's so fun to see all the action. I have to scroll down more to the chat. I'm not used to having to scroll to read the chat. Puzzled Solver. 4 more followers to go. Ooh, I like that username. I love puzzles. Oh, my husband's really into crosswords. He might like your page. Oh, follow. Oh, I'm getting distracted now. Oh, I got out of my chat by accident. There we go. Hype train. I've never had a hype train. Oh my goodness. Yeah, keeping up with chat. I'm getting all these beautiful dings in my headphones though for some of the settings we put on. Oh, thanks, Art and Jess. Got to pronounce the T's. I definitely recommend checking out Art and Jess' channel. Everybody's channel that's on here. Everyone, I'm gonna check out everybody. I'm following quite a few of these people. Not everybody though, but don't worry. I'm gonna look at everyone's. See what you got going on. Art and Jess is hilarious. Maybe when you first go over, turn the volume down a little bit. Oh, she's loud and fun and awesome. Oh, Mama Andy, hello. I'm getting all these firsts right now. I've got my first raid and first set of subs that were gifted to people and hype train all at once. This is so cool. Yeah, everybody, welcome. Everybody that's come in. I'm Short Gal Sewing, and I'm sitting, so you can't see how short I am right now, but I am sewing. Sewing with my favorite color, actually. Purple, with some brand new rope. So we're testing out rope today and seeing what I can use and make and how it all feels on the machine. I primarily work with rope when I'm sewing. And make like little bowls, bags, coasters, like this kind of thing. I'm anxiously awaiting my black rope so I can make more record coasters. Oh, my husband's passing me stuff. I made this one, the big huge bowl. Actually, Scottish Mind Games was in the chat when I first was using this, and she spied spied the tartan, which was so fun to chat with Scottish Mind Games about where I got the tartan, and then they're like, oh, it's right near where you work in Scotland, in Edinburgh. It was just so neat to see everything come together. Okay, I'll move my phone so you can see a few more of my makes. I got past all the pretty colors. This one I used yarn on the outside. Well, while I'm sewing it, it's actually on the inside, but then you flip it inside out. So when you hold it, it's nice and cozy. And then I was playing with my rainbow rope, my rainbow thread, I mean to say, with these little bowls. I call these usually like jewelry bowls. Good ones to have by the sink. Put your rings in when you're washing your hands. Don't want to lose those. I got a pretty purple one that matches my basket. Actually, I should show it up in the Can you guys see my pretty purple wedding ring? Matches the rope. And this was fun rope thread that we used a couple streams ago that was really sparkly. It is a little bit of a pain to work with. It's maybe a little tricky to see. Oh, trying to get the lining up, looking at the other one. Sparkly. So yeah, I make things out of rope. I do also make bags out of rope. Oh, I didn't show you guys this one. I did give this one that I made with the tartan to my mom, and then I yoinked it right back so I can get some better professional product photos of it because I want a record of that. This one was a fun one. I used cut off from the rope that I used to tie a lot of my gifts together this year for Christmas. I bought this really pretty twine with gold in it. And I had cutoffs from a lot of those things, and I don't ever like wasting products, so I used all the cutoffs in here, inside here, to make a sort of glittery effect. I think turned out really nice. This one will be available in the store once I get my Etsy shop put back up. Same with all that teal stuff. I have a pile of stuff I'm saving for stock to put in my store once I have a bit more all up. I want to put it all up at once. And then I sort of stock the shops and keep that stuff in another pile. Right now I'm in 2 shops, one in the small town where I live and one in the little village on the other side of the valley. Pardon? Hype trade going on and she just keeps crafting. I know, I'm easily distracted, so I got distracted showing you guys stuff. Pro streamer. Is that a pro move? I should probably be keeping an eye on the chat so I can respond. I don't know if that's pro, Feather Breeze. Appreciate the confidence, though. I was thinking how the needle need to be thread to rope through the eye. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that would be hard to put the rope through the eye of the needle. It's pretty much a zigzag stitch that keeps the two, like the bits of rope together as you're traveling and going around and around and around in circles. We pretty much finished the main like vessel part of this tray. We're just adding little handles to it. So I'll keep, well, I'm like, wait, do I keep going or do I keep looking? Yeah, and then you go, yeah, often when I'm sewing, I say round and round and round we go, where we stop, no one knows. When I have the black rope on here and I have my record coasters, I like to pretend I'm a DJ. I've even made like 45 size and then LP size. I have an LP size one by our stove as a hot pad. And I used to have another one on top of my record player, on top of the casing, to protect it. I do have a bag behind me here that I'd like to turn into a record-looking bag. The straps need a bit of, am I sewing yet? It is a giraffe. Yeah, and I put my husband made this little cell phone stand on his CNC, and I put little googly eyes on her. Her name's Giselle, and my mom knit this cute little scarf for her. It was supposed to, she knit this scarf for me when I had felted a little Woodstock for my sister as a Christmas ornament. And this one was too small for him. So it fit on Giselle's neck nice and easy. It's quite cute. Maybe that's what I'll start when I learn to knit, is start with little scarves. For, oh my gosh, learning to knit and then make the things that my little felted creations will wear. I like that idea. The universe knows. Happy I could catch your stream. Hi, Swolmaz. I've been in and out on yours, lurking, sort of brief moments of lurking the last few days. Thanks for coming in. Baby scarves, adorbs ideas, yeah. Yeah, I haven't actually learned knitting yet, but it's on my list. But I keep saying it's on my 2026 list, but I think I'm gonna give myself the deadline of I have to have at least sat down once with my mom, who's a knitter, to get my first lesson. I'm gonna say prior to Valentine's Day. That's my deadline. So maybe I'll be working on a little granny square dishcloth. I don't know why I did that like it was a game controller, but Skip 410 gifted another sub. Awesome. 5A. First gift sub in the channel. That's fun. I was really surprised when I started getting gift subs from different channels when I was in, because I just didn't kind of jumped into Twitch not knowing a ton about it. My husband knew much more. But I did sort of see stuff going by in chat, and a couple people we had watched through the channel before that were more talk show related type stuff. Soulmass subscribed at tier 1. Thank you. I really appreciate all of this, you guys. This is so cool and fun. La 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 la. I love the descriptions in some people's bios when you click on them. Skip 410. Awesome. I was already following you. Cute. Oh, did someone say turn the volume up just a bit? Or was that earlier? Let me go back to that one, make sure. Turn volume up just a little bit. Oh, that was a little while ago. I should do that right now. For my mic? Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you for that. How's that? I didn't do it too much. It's a very, hopefully I didn't do it too much with the mouse there on the screen. So if I'm coming in too loud, let me know, guys. Oh, that was so fun. I'm definitely going to be glued to my phone. Oh, I just went over my needle. Glued to my phone later. Looking at more peeps' profiles and seeing what they make and do and enjoy. Doesn't always have to be making. What kind of crafters do we have coming over today? Art and Jess does like a little bit of everything. So many mediums. It's awesome. Phantom Breeze, if I'm remembering, is knitting and crochet, I think. 5A, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Codely 2010. Oh yeah, I was already following them. Yeah, not everyone's a maker, but I mean, that's cool. Brenda does art. What does Brenda make? I mean, what are other ones? I do sew with fabric sometimes too. I want to be more familiar with one of my other machines that my husband actually uses more than I do. We keep that one for fabric mostly. He's in the middle of doing a, oh no, he finished it. Oh no, he just has to do one thing on the like sort of lapel side here. He's making a cute little top collared shirt for our puppy with a little tiger lining. It's gonna go over like this. And you can even roll up the little cuffs. Oh, we should grab the puppy that's gonna go on. Isn't it cute? I love the sugar skull fabric too. He's a big tiger fan. He even has a guitar that has tiger stripes on it that he made, an electric guitar. And it's named El Tigre. It's got like gold tiger stripes on it. So I think he chooses this fabric, the inner lining fabric, as tiger a lot. He's gonna work on another one of those shirts, I think he said, with some different fabric. I wanna make, I wanna learn that pattern by making the medium size for our other dog, Buddy, Budward. That Puppers is gonna look so tough, and he thinks he's a tough one. Where is he right now? He's sleeping. Okay, I gotta grab him because I'm talking about him. He's being passed to me. Oh, hi, sweetie. I know, we woke you up, didn't we? He might growl because we woke him up. This is the little puppy who wears the shirt. but he doesn't realize where the camera is. There's pins in the shirt right now, so we won't put it on him just yet. He's sleepy. He's not even growling. He's so sleepy. His name's Riff, as in guitar riff. I met my husband because he moved out here to the West Coast to go to luthier school, build guitars. So, hence the name Riff. When we have our other hard camera on and you can see the cutting table and there's room for another sewing machine, where you can see both of us working sometimes. There's a little dog bed that's sort of sitting up on the couch in front of us. You'll see him come in and out of frame sometimes. Wait, who said Juggalo ICP? Where's the whoop whoop? Whoop whoop. Oh wait, is this these are the guys? I wonder if these are the ones that when I was watching the embroidery. Might be. I was met some juggalos on stream a little while ago doing an embroidery project. The name, I'm escaping me if it was you or not. Oh, you noticed the necklace. That's what it is. I thought maybe it was from that stream. Yep. I was wearing an ICP shirt yesterday, I think. I've got a few of them. And some Shaggy shirts. No, I don't have... No, my husband has the Shaggy shirts. That's how I got on... I downloaded the Twitch app to watch the Shaggy show. That's how I got on Twitch for the first time and would wonder sort of what was happening in the chat with the raids and the hype trains. I didn't always understand. But it was still fun to watch because he would like give out merch that he'd worn in concerts or stuff he'd signed. And then eventually we thought, hey, why don't we go on Twitch and make stuff? I left my guitar. Oh, yes, definitely get that guitar back. Get that guitar back. Play it. Sorry, babe? Yep. My husband was asking if 5A was a juggalo. Notice the necklace. I thought maybe it was one from the other stream when I was talking about those other juggalos the other day, but it was the necklace. Pardon, babe? Hi, Mari. Thanks for coming in. Welcome. What's up? How are you doing today? How's everyone doing today? I'm so happy to see so many people in the chat. This is like a huge first for me. It's so fun. They're probably like all watching like, she's not sewing. What is she doing? She's not sewing. Okay, I gotta take this off because we're gonna go jump across the handle here and get this bit down. But there really is only like a few minutes left of this project and then it's done. And then we'll try and do at least a coaster size project with the sparklies. Because I promised that I wasn't going to go off stream without using that rope. Okay, so this one can come out. And this one can go back in. If you are Teensy Bits distracted. Yeah, sometimes it's Teensy Bits, sometimes it's a lot more than that. I don't know what the opposite of teensy is. I was trying to think of something that rhymed that meant big. Short gal, short attention span. Imagine goblins being distracted. Twitch origin story. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a great one. I want to do like a... He has lots of coasters that people have sent him, so I don't know that he really needs coasters. I don't want to send him something like maybe like a little tray or something he can keep things in, like wrapped candies or something. I'll send him some like maple tasting candy from Canada or something. Ooh, or I could send him Kinder Surprise. You can't get those in the USA. You can open it and put the toy together. Send him a tray. I want to do one with hers, like an embroidery project on the one, maybe the face paint, something, or a hatchet gal and lady, or guy and gal. We'll see. No, yeah, they're. I'm pretty sure they're still banned in the U.S. I think it was something to do because of the age restriction and choking hazard of it. Art and Jess is surprised to hear that they're banned. I could be wrong. They might still. Oh no, Swole Max is saying they're still not allowed in the States. What's when I learned colored pencils and pencil crayons? Yes. Oh, do I have a story for y'all? Yes, because we can't be trusted not to eat the toy. Well, I don't trust my dogs, but I could see kids trying to eat a little toy. I mean, that's their growth and motor development phase where they're in the oral phase. Talking about kids right now, so no dirty jokes. But I do remember that from where you just see, that's why your hands in your mouth. They put everything in their mouth to like figure out what it is. It's like dogs when they smell. Their nose is what's figuring things out. When they're at that age, it's their mouths. Well, I mean, I don't trust adults not to eat the toy either, or even anybody who's going to maybe do like a Tide Pod challenge. If you're going to do a Tide Pod challenge, then they would maybe do a Kinder Surprise challenge. Who knows? Oh, the internet. So many lovely uses and so many not so useful things that other people don't need to copy. Oh, a world we live in. Taking this pin out. Okay, so this is very little rope. I'm actually going to increase my tension a little bit and not talk for a second while I do this because I want to get these rope handles together, and it's this thin, flexible rope likes to move around a lot when you're sewing it together. So you gotta make sure. Especially because you're also combating the weight of this, and you want to make sure that it's not affecting if whether or not the rope is getting attached by your zigzag. I mean, I can go back over this too, but I want to at least be sort of basted in there. Okay, we'll snip these so they're out of the way when we get to them. Is that a minute at the border? Side of one of the officers. I'm going to read this one out loud. I was on my way back to Seattle from Vancouver at the border. I told them I had Kinder eggs in my bag. They proceeded to tell me to pull up to the building. I went inside, and one of the officers had me throw them all out as they were giggling at me because I knew it was not allowed, but I had a derped out moment. In any case, did not get in trouble, but had to do that embarrassing throw out before I proceeded on my trip back home. Oh, no. I'm probably not allowed to send them by mail. They'll get eaten. Did I break a lot of needles when I started working with rope? Sometimes. When I ventured into different rope than I had gotten from the sewing studio, I used rope that I got from her at first, which was cotton braided cotton core. When I tried to use like paracord for the first time, I broke my needle immediately, especially because of where I started. It had that melted plastic bit on the end. So definitely don't sew into that. It will break. It really depends on the rope. It depends on if it's more likely to break on a synthetic fiber than the cotton. If the cotton is layered in any way, like with other rope over it, and it has multiple stitches in it already, you do need to be careful. I use a universal or jeans needle on mine. If I was doing really crazy thick rope, I could maybe try a leather needle if I wanted thicker fabric on top of it as well. I have heard other people will use that as well. To know that this law exists. I know, how do you know if the Kinder Egg law is even a thing? That's crazy. Like, it's Kinder Eggs. I don't get it. I'll be using a leather needle. Yeah, it's much sharper. Ooh, lamb leather cape project coming up. That sounds fun. Hi, Fairwings. How are you doing? Thanks for the follow. Awesome. I love your little unicorn emote. It's so cute. It's for a Shroud Reaper cosplay Final Fantasy 14. Cool. That sounds fun. I don't have my Discord link thing set up yet for in the chat, but I am on Discord, Short Gal. I'll pop onto your chat and get your Discord too, because I'd love to see that project. But I'm sure if you're doing it on stream, I can look on stream too. That'd be awesome. It's because they aren't pasteurized and the ones in the US are, right? Oh, I don't know if it's about the pasteurizing with the... No, I think ours are. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, yeah. It's the toy inside. My husband thinks you're joking. I didn't know. He's laughing. Oh, good. You will be doing it on stream. Good. I'm going to make sure I check that out. Yeah, I encourage others to do so too. That sounds like cool. I'm not a massive gamer as far as playing games. I've watched quite a few because my husband's a gamer. And I love the idea of cosplay anything because it really does sort of umbrella over a lot of stuff, including gaming. Gaming is for sure like the main thing. And I know like a lot of the classic ones, you know, like Mario stuff and Princess Peach. Those are, I like seeing the different people when they're making those sorts of things. But especially stuff with armor and bodice kind of stuff. And hoods and capes, so that Shroud's gonna be fun to watch. Nice. Okay, let's see if I can finish this. Oh wait, oh no, I thought I ran out of my bobbin for a second, but I didn't. Okay, I'm getting up to the other handle because it's such a teeny little tray. It didn't take long to go around. Okay, I'll take this needle out. I might add some other purple. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna wait and look at them finished. And oh wait, oh, I think I took out the pin that I had in the rope. Where my end point was going to be. I hope I did, because if I didn't, then it might be on the floor somewhere. Oh, I found it. I'm always really worried about losing pins just with my dogs. I mean, I don't think they would intentionally like swallow it, but they'd sniff around and lick, and the last thing I want is them getting a needle poked in their mouth or worse down inside them. Okay, so it has the teeniest little handles I've ever made, like just as far as the thickness, but I think it kind of works on this basket. I'm gonna cut this here and take it off. Ideally, I would have done a third, but we just didn't have enough rope. I mean, this rope is the same thickness, but I don't think it's going to attach well at this stage. I would usually attach new rope within the walls of the basket rather than right near the handles. Okay, so I'm not throwing this away though. It's going into my rope. It's going right here in this here. This is for ongoing project ideas. I have ideas in my brain that I will use all this stuff for. So I'm saving them. And if they don't go in there, they go in here, which then is all my bits. And that will be stuffing for inside something else. No waste. Gems and 100. What does that mean? I got some bits and some cheers. Sorry, I'm still so new. It's all a lot to learn. I really appreciate it. I have a new rule. I'm not allowed to say it is for an upcoming convention till I'm nearly done with the cosplay. I tend to do the classic con. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm a massive procrastinator. So, I totally get it. Like that tartan basket, I was just adding the stitch details on the tartan on Christmas morning for my mom. Or like, yeah, right before a market or something, I'll be sewing right to the bitter end to get some stock to fill up the table if I'm putting stuff in the stores more so than stuff I'm keeping back at home for markets. Because I don't love to pull from the shops to do a market. If there's like a standout piece that I haven't had time to make, I might, just so I can do like a made to order kind of thing at the market so people see. But yeah, you're all good. Thank you. Appreciate the patience with the newbie here. Okay, so we're just going to finish the end of this up, and then we get to try the sparkly rope. Make a little coaster. Maybe I'll start using that here instead of my little record. Put my little record under something else, one of my side tables. We're on a 1 and a 6, so the end. I'll often just say my stitch settings when I'm turning my dials out loud, so I like know that they're right when I did it. Sort of reaffirm in my brain that I'm on the right track when I'm sort of sewing through the brain fog. Oh, yeah, you looked it up. Awesome. So you looked it up. You're right. It is because the toy can't be inside the chocolate here in the US. Choking hazard. Yeah. So it was a serious question, babe. He's making fun of me because he thought you were joking. Like fun in a good way, not fun in a bad way. They always razz each other. My husband has a great sense of humor. His username is Poops McPlenty, which was the name of the dog he had when we met. Our first date was to walk the dogs on the beach. We lived in close to each other, but different towns. We managed to find each other in the big wide ocean of the plenty of fish verse. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of a lavender stitch in the middle here. I might add some more color, like dark purple color stitches in here later, but I really want to get to the other rope so I can add those details later. And I want to be aware of how much brain power I have left on the machine. I feel okay right now. Might do a little stretch before I'm get a glass of water before I start into the sparkly rope. Okay, this one's done. This is one my sister would like too, with the purple. So you can see there, like if you just touch it, it's like squishy. It's much more malleable, this rope. I should grab the little bowl I made yesterday. It's got purple on it too. It's the same gauge of rope. And the thing I like about it is, it takes quite a bit longer to make this piece when you have smaller rope, just more stitches, more times around. Is I can cut a hole and punch a grommet through it, and then I made a yarn bowl yesterday, so you have the yarn feeder through it. My thicker rope, when it gets up to 5 and 6 mil, I'd have to just use like a blanket stitch almost around the hole. Oh, here it is. It's awesome when you have an assistant who can just, or a husband, a lovely husband. I shouldn't say assistant. Co-worker. So yeah, so this is the same sort of thing, thin rope. And then the grommet is just punched in the side of it. And then you can have the rope, have it feed out. I've actually just tied it tight off here because this is going to be as a demo yarn in a shop and I don't want it unraveling all over the place. And these handles I've kept quite long, almost touching the ground where they sit on, more so for it's an ease of grabbing it. And you could sort of use it like a little, like a Sophia knitting Golden Girls kind of purse style, and just grab it quickly with that. Oh, and I see my marker here. I still gotta iron that off. It's iron off ink. So yeah, and so I was playing with beads yesterday. I hadn't used beads in a long time. Contemplated it for these, but I'm glad I didn't because they would have really overwhelmed the handles with this dainty size of it. With a larger size purple one, I think I would have tried the beads. So yeah, so we've got that guy. I'll put that here. And we've got our finished little rope tray. And put all sorts, you can hold thread in it. You can put bobbins in it. You can put keys in it. Hair elastics, loose change. You can even put food in it, like if you wanted to have a couple like biscuits or something, just lay a napkin on there first, or any sort of like, whether it's a paper one or a cloth one, and then put it on top. I do make a bread style basket too. It's more baguette size. Okay, so that, I'm glad. I think I will definitely order this rope again. I only ordered one little bunch of it because I wanted to test it out. So that's gonna, my husband's saying it could be a hat for a flat head. Oh no, you're reading the comment and I missed it. Oh, Scottish Wine Gabe said that. You have the same sense of humor as my husband. Oh, now I have to put it on my head now that you said that. I'm pretty sure when I had my head bonks, it wasn't on the top of my head, so I don't think I'm that flat up there. Yeah, it's like a little, without the handles, it would almost be like a yarmulke. I have made a hat before. That's over there, up high. I'm not gonna grab it. I made my mom a summer hat. I have to tighten the insides of it because it was slightly too loose for her. Okay, so we're taking this thread off now. Working on it. Oh, I could hear myself say that. You guys hear me? Hear that? La 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 la. Can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? Excellent. This is also another very good reason for me to learn sign language. My sister has learned. She took a course at the college for it. Her son, my nephew, is deaf in one ear, so it was a good skill. Oh, we're on the overhead camera now. I took my bobbin, I put my thread on, and then immediately took it off without doing what I was supposed to do. This is a sign that, yes, after this, exploring this rope for either a small coaster or a small bowl, I will probably be calling it. I've done good. I've done well. I'm proud of myself. Because I didn't think I would be able, I thought I would only do the 2 hours because I had a headache when I sat down. But I'm feeling pretty good. All that adrenaline from my first raid and the subs and all the new followers and chatters and people checking things out. Help my brain. Oh, you know the alphabet. Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be starting with basic stuff like that. I knew a few signs a while back, but I can't even remember what they are now. I just know I love you. Oh, am I getting my camera switched out a bit here? Oh, I gotta flip my bobbin so that... Okay, cut off the excess here. Oh, I shouldn't be. This is why I'm happy to have found that project that will use thread. So when I'm being a little wasteful with how much I'm cutting off, I know it's still going to get used. So we're just on the overhead cam for a couple minutes here, and then we'll have the other camera back up. It's so weird to only spin like one black bobbin. I always will do multiples of the black or the beige. It's just what we use most. Black, beige, and white. Okay, pick up the bobbin. Foot is not on the pedal. Often will hook my sewing foot around my leg, chair leg, so I don't just like accidentally rest it. I have to put my feet up on another little sort of, just a little box or Tupperware container for resting, because if I have my back against the back of a chair, there are very few chairs that I actually fit in. Unless they're kid size, because they have such short legs. But I want to have back and lumbar support when I'm sewing. Okay, rope. Yippee! We get to try the sparkly rope. Watch, it breaks the very first time we go through and my dreams are dashed. That would be okay though. I mean, it wouldn't be okay, but I would figure it out. I would pivot. I would either make something like macrame out of it or something instead. Okay, so I think we're just going to unwind this off of the hook as I go, because it's very slippy, very slippery feeling. We'll just unwind a little bit. Oh, I should have started with this end that I could see, because it's going to come out easier. Maybe? Speak too soon? I got to sort this out a bit before we get going with it. Thank you. Whoops, just bonked my overhead light there. It's a little... I must have just crossed it a little bit when I was winding it. I might just have to do the dreaded drop and unwind it all kind of deal. See if I can get enough out for working with it before I go that route. This is there, okay. Okay, dropping it because it's not being cooperative. This is the best way to loosen it up to get some more length out of it. Oh, it's very slippy. It's very slippy once you even let it hang. It kind of tangles itself up much more than the cotton rope. It's like real life. It's like the sparkly, glitzy stuff. more work. Ladies, when we have to get all dolled up for whatevs, it's like how much time we spend grooming and primping to look sparkly. Okay, I think that's probably enough length, and I can deal with that little rope pile later. Off camera. I spend enough time fighting with rope. Let's take the mic cord out of the situation. Okay, here we go. Should download like or find where I can source out the hand signs for letters, like the shapes for emojis. Then we could use sign language in the chat. There might be an I love you one out there. I know there's horns for sure. So this is the fun part. The core is always like a bit slippier when you're working with paracord. Might actually need my lighter and my other pliers that I used for this so that I can melt the end of it. Keep them nearby in case I do, because I am going to cut that core. So that it'll kind of recess back in. Okay. So I'm going to pull this back a bit and cut it so I don't actually have a cord. A tiny bit of it so I can twist it without and get my starter started without getting in the way. I'm not gonna melt it because it is gonna be a bit of a pain if I melt it, because it just turns it into a piece of hard plastic, because that's what a lot of synthetic fibers are ultimately, usually plastic. So that never bodes well with the needle. Very finicky because it squishes together quite thin. So I'm going to be using the teeny weeniest of zigzags. Wondering if maybe I should have used my embroidery thread, because it would be shiny, whereas this thread's a bit more matte. We'll do the cross hatching to hold the fiddlehead together, the little center, and then decide if I want to move over to the embroidery thread. I think I have some here that's already spun. Oh, that's stretch thread. Definitely don't want to use that. Oh, here it is right here. I have some here. Don't think there's bobbin for it, so I'd have to do some bobbin. I'm going to hand crank a little bit through here. Get started. See. Slow. See how it sounds. I'm actually going to take this headphone off so I can hear my machine a bit while we're working with it. It's been a long time since I've used paracord, so I'm just being cautious. Making sure I'm not wrecking my machine. It's catching, it's okay. That, 2, that's fine. I could almost get away with like 1.5 to fold because it's so small. I made a teeny fiddlehead, didn't I? It barely covers the presser foot. Or it barely exceeds it. So for anybody that is new to the stream and chat today, we are working on sort of getting things set up tech-wise as far as the audio goes in my machine. We're hoping to, at some point, fairly soon, add something onto the pedal here, like a switch that's like a limiter, so it's not quite as loud when I'm sewing. Mainly because I do use rope mostly, so this is the machine that I would be using most for it. Because I don't use my fabric a lot. I will if it's like I'm doing wool cozies and I have like heat-proof batting in between. I'll use that on here. But aside from that, I like to keep it pretty strict to that, just so you're not having to clean out a lot of rope fibers out of multiple machines. You have to maintain them anyway, but you might as well give them a fighting chance, last a little longer. Definitely going to be changing my needle out after I use this one on the paracord. I think that would be like a change it out each time when you're using paracord kind of job, just because it will dull that needle quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to make that stitch bigger now and try and do the zigzag even though it's super tiny. I'm going to take it off and put it back on. Just get these other threads out of the way. So little. Oops, I moved my thread catcher. So what is everybody else up to today? Well, they lurk and or chat and whatnot. Is anybody streaming later? It's okay to say it in chat right now. I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm happy that everybody just shout out each other. I want to cross promote as much as we can here. Okay, so we're going to use the zigzag now. I think I'm going to do it a 2 and a 4 rather than a 2 and a 5 because it's pretty thin rope. So it doesn't need to jump as far. And I'm going to have to stop and start a little bit here because this is such a tiny little circle. And I don't want to run over my fingers. Up. Thread back. Okay, cut this out of the way. Make it a little slow and steady at the beginning here. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, I used to say that all the time when I was coaching with the little kids on the balance beam. You get those real go-getters and they just want to run. Until you slip a little with one foot and take a face to the beam on the way down. And it goes over well when you're a toddler. Slow and steady. This reminds me of the sweater my mom used to wear. I think she still has the sweater too. Except it was with like green and black and silver sparkles, I think. Just mostly green. She used to wear it at Christmas all the time. I think it's in her little costume tickle trunk. I dug it out a couple years ago because I wanted to wear it, but it just smelled like mothballs. So I just put it right back in the box. I should have just taken it out. Oh, this is fun. I like this. Very disco-y. Disco dance floor. Now this, I could use for poster. I would not make trivets out of these, like trivets, aka hot pads, because paracord is plastic and it will easily melt. I think as a poster, you can get away with it as a poster. Not for a hot surface. Oh, I'm going to tuck the mic behind me because it's getting... We'll use that to tie my hair back. Will it wrap around my ponytail? Ah, I'm just wrapping my ponytail around my mic cord to see if that will keep my hair back. Do you think it will? Might. I'm going to see if this experiment works. It might just come right out. My bad. had long hair for quite a while now, like I'd say 15 years, but I had short hair for so much of my life. I feel like I'm still not used to having long hair and how it frickin' gets everywhere. But when I had short hair, I loved it, but I had to like style it way more often. I do like the being able to just tie it back and go. When I had short hair, I'd often end up like bedhead with like, flat section and a spiky section, and I have to like wash and style it. I mean, I wash my hair. I feel like it's short was in some ways more high maintenance and long. Aside from the tucking it out of places that you don't want it, that I never quite experienced with short hair. Yeah, I think maybe we'll make another little tray or mini bowl here. With the sparkles. Wonder how well, it's very tiny. I think it's maybe too small, the gauge, for a heart-shaped bowl. I'm gonna use this fuchsia, I think, for doing a heart-shaped bowl because it's quite thick. I should have ordered more of this. I can already tell I'm gonna like that because the softer braided style of that one will be really good for manipulating it into shapes. I tried to use my stiffer rope to do a heart and it did not work out very well. I did get a few successful heart shapes out of my makes last year though, so. But I'm still experimenting a little bit with what works best for shaping. But I'm definitely going to be making some hearts for both the shops. Both the physical shops. If I've got a real good sewing schedule set by February, then I might have my shop up by then. The online shop, probably Etsy. I'll throw some in there as well. But I'll let you guys know and attach those kinds of things to the various socials. And take it step by step as far as how much I'm doing so I don't get burnout. Step by step. Ooh, baby. So funny that they made a comeback. Any new Kids on the Block fans in the chat from their preteen days or teen days? Or adult days? Maybe people like them now. My favorites, I like Step by Step. That's what made me think of it. Step by step. Ooh, baby. Oh, we've got I was Team Joey. I like Joey. Babyface, curls. Yeah. My sister loved Jordan. We had the Barbie dolls too. My mom got us the Barbie dolls. And we were kind of almost aging out of Barbies by then too, but it was kind of fun to have it's sitting up there on the shelf. With my NKO TV poster on the wall. Far, far too young to remember all these ancient fidget bands.
They had their own.
Who was the next boy band like craze after that was coming up? So Scottish Mind Games is either much older or much younger. I feel like it could go both ways, even though you're saying you're too young. I'm not sure. I don't know if I believe you. You can be as old as you want to be online. That sounds bad when I say it like that.
After that, age groups.
Holding who down? I'm confused. Boyzone.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I didn't mind some NSYNC songs back in the day, but I was still a Backstreet gal. I remember my bestie got to go to a concert, and she thought it was hilarious that someone threw their bras, some of the gals were throwing their bras and undies up on stage. You guys being cheeky.
Did you ever go to any of their concerts?
No, my friend did though. Yeah. At that point, we didn't have the concert hall down in Victoria. We had to go to take the ferry over to go to Vancouver to see any good shows, and it was ads extra, plus your concert tickets. What shows have I gone to? Back in the day, I mean, I didn't really go to a lot of concerts back in the day because I just didn't. I was pretty. I don't know. I didn't go to my first big concert until I was. I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess I would have been 19. I went to Lilith Fair when I was 19 because I was a massive Sarah McLachlan fan. Vancouver gal. And then I found out a whole bunch of people there that I loved too. And then the year after that, I went to Lilith Fair again because Ani DeFranco was there. And I was like obsessed with Ani DeFranco by then. If you've never listened to them, she started her own record company so that she didn't have to hop on any other. She was getting offered deals and stuff, but wasn't her speed. She wanted to have full creative control. So she started her own called Righteous Babe Records. And they still have all sorts of great, amazing musicians on there if you guys want to check them out. I went to see Sarah McLachlan once, did not realize I would be the only one in a crowd of thousands that was not a lesbian. Yeah, well, I wasn't really an identified bisexual by then when I went to Sarah McLachlan. I remember the first concert I went to with my boyfriend at the time. He was indulging me. And we went to another show later that was more his speed with like techno-y music mix because his buddy was a DJ. But yeah, I think I was just like, the second year I went, I definitely like was more aware of what was going on around me and like how many different orientations of people there were in the crowd and whatnot. But I mean, that was good. I didn't care. I remember when I wanted to go to an Ani DeFranco concert, it was definitely that. It was almost all women in the entire auditorium. And I couldn't actually get tickets because by the time I realized that she was coming here, because it wasn't at the major concert hall, she came to the university rather than the concert hall, and for performing. And there was no tickets left except in the handicap accessible seating. So I called my brother-in-law at the time and asked him if he wanted to go because then I could go as his carried and get a ticket. And he absolutely indulged me. His older brother really loved Ani DeFranco, and he knew who she was and like was totally up for it because he's just up for any kind of live music. So he was an awesome sport. And we went, and I was able to go, and he was like one of the only guys there. Awesome. Good memories. Good memories. She sang a lot of originals on the album I fell in love with too, which is what made it even better. It was really fun. I'm trying to think of other concerts. Oh, I went to a concert with that same brother-in-law. Are you saying Sarah turned you? No, she didn't turn me. I just didn't. I think there were maybe parts of me that knew or wondered about myself as far as orientation goes at that age, for sure. Especially by that time, I went to the second concert because I was living in Vancouver, a larger city, and I was meeting people that were of different sexual orientations in my little small town. There probably absolutely were, but not people that were actually out. So I wasn't there yet. Was young. And was also raised Catholic, so there's that whole element too. I don't really want to talk about religion in the chat, but that was a layer of it as well. But I didn't actually date a woman until I was in my 30s. But I just kind of knew later on at some point. But my parents were very, very, very supportive and welcoming when I came out to them. So I would talk about dating people, dating guys with my mom when I was like looking online and stuff. whatnot. And for safety's sake, I'd tell her if I was going somewhere to meet someone, type of thing. And but I always felt like I wanted to share the ones when I was going out on dates with females too, and I just felt like I was lying, and I wanted to be able to share that with her. And so eventually it came out, and they were very supportive. So this is total friendly space there that way. I know I talked about religion there for a second. I don't really want to get into that kind of stuff in chats, but absolutely welcoming to all kinds of people on the spectrum of the rainbow. Fumbling Towards Ecstasy, that's a great album. It really is. That poster was amazing too. The little fair poster was really cute too. It was really pretty. I wish I kept it. I used to have this really nice it was a heavy papered poster with like recycled paper. It was really cool, and it almost looked like a scroll that you would roll out, and it had the Lilith sort of Garden of Eden kind of style front, and her hair, and then all these music notes. It was really beautiful. But somewhere down the road, it got downsized. I did find an Ani DiFranco poster when we were cleaning out the basement here and we moved in. I think I just donated it. I should have kept it. That would have been funny. Oh yeah, the Christmas album where she sings with the Bare Naked Ladies. That was really good too. I didn't have that album, but I heard it and it was really good. She performed here a couple music fests ago. We have a big music festival that we do up here in the Comox Valley on Vancouver Island, and she did one here. I didn't actually go to it, but I heard lots of good things. 2 and 5. Okay, I think we're gonna go up and make this into a little shallow tray as well. I don't think we'll do handles on this one because I think it's gonna just be a little too finicky. Might want to practice that off stream before I do it on stream. Have I heard Nellie McKay? I haven't, but I'll check them out. Where's my little notepad? Oh, I got paper and a pen right here. I'll write it down so I don't forget. I know I could probably refer back to the chat, but just in case I can't. I mean, I could because it would come up if I rewatch it, but writing it down anyway. Sometime an old school piece of paper. Oops, is what you need. I might be, I know the songs or I've heard them before, but I will check them out. Oh, that's fun. She's divine and writes cute songs about animal rights and feminism. That sounds fun. That's very Ani-ish too, with the feminism. Her earlier albums were a bit more ragey, which I think that was what I liked. Better work through her trauma in her music. That's probably why I liked it. I was working through mine at the same time. I will check them out. That's the hardest thing. Not the hardest, but like the thing I'm sort of missing the most when sewing is the music. So I gotta find stuff I could sing along to, but also not get, I guess it just can't be within earshot of the mic so that it's not taken down for copyright issues. I pretty much always have music going on, so, I mean, the chat is awesome too. Maybe we need sound. Maybe we need to enable sound so people can just serenade me while I sew. I don't even know if you could do that. I guess you have to do like sew on Zoom or something. Feeling it rope to see how it. Yeah, I'm curious to see how straight I'll get the sides on this one with this material. It's quite slippy. What other kind of music are people into? Scottish Mind Games, you said you were really into jazz. Do you have any favorite singers? Male or female? Oh, I remember you mentioned Chet Baker before. Raspy, talky, sing sort of style. Okay, get a little more rope off of this. Sometimes I'm lifting up my own little rope nest. Okay, there we go. That should get us a little further. Deal with this nest. Actually, maybe I'll put this nest on top of the garbage, so it's not weighing down my rope as it feeds in. Okay, perfect. That, I think I have enough pulled out now from my little sparkly nest there that I can probably finish it. I love Imelda May and Joanna. Imelda May and Joanna Newsom. How come I don't know those names? I'm guessing I'm probably just having a bit of a blank. And are they jazz? I may be just having a brain fart, is what I like to call them. But obviously not someone that I listen to a lot because I don't recognize them right off the bat. But the Newsom, Joanna Newsom sounds, Newsom sounds more familiar to me than the first one. But I'm going to look those up. Now, the colors in this are slightly different than the colors I have in that metallic. But that could be a kind of fun. I'm very curious to see how the metallic red would do inside the paracord. I'll save that as a test for another project. Maybe this could work for a record too. I do like that it's like shiny. It looks a little more like the vinyl material. That's kind of fun. Did I run out of bobbin? Oh no, we're good. We still got it. Oh, I'm sitting on my cord. I trapped myself to my chair. Oh my gosh, I've literally got the mic cord wrapped around my chair, so I'm tied to the chair. Let's put it back in front. Oh, a singer-songwriter and harp player who does sort of indie folk poetic things. Oh, okay. I'm definitely, maybe that's where the name familiarity is coming, but I don't know the music, I don't think. But I'm going to check her out. That's cool. And she's married to Andy Samberg. That's cool. And she was in Portlandia. Oh, so I'll probably recognize her when I see her because I watched that show. Did she play in it at all? I don't. Yeah. And then Imelda. Am I saying that right? Imelda? Imelda May is an Irish singer-songwriter and sort of jazz swing rockabilly. Cool. Thanks for those recommendations. I think my dad would appreciate the Imelda May one too. We'll listen to her together. That's the reason I love jazz. Yes, I got that right. Great. And if anyone has any preferences for what I call them in chat, like I sort of am finding I just say the full username or handle. But if you're like it whittled down to anything, please let me know. I'm finding in the chats that I go into, a lot of them, mine just gets whittled down to short gal, which is, I'm fine with that. I've embraced the shortness. When I was single, I used to just ask the cute person. at the grocery store to get me whatever was on the high shelf when I needed it. There's perks. I fit in trains, planes, and automobiles in the back seat, and bathtubs. There's perks for being short, for sure. Do we have any other shorties in the chat? And like, where's the dividing line between when you call someone short and someone tall? Like, what is the measurement where you break into that next class of being tall? I know a lot of times it's in relation to who you're with and hanging out with, but like, what is that number? I want to know what that number is. Do I fit into glove boxes? That was the joke. Well, it's an original one. So that's good. I don't know if I've heard that one before, so that is an original one. And I've heard my fair share of short jokes. Tall people usually say to me, how's the air down there? Because tall people always get the how's the air up there comment. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll just stop this project when I can't get this knot sorted anymore. See how high the bowl ends up being. Sweet. New episode of Fallout. I just got told by my hubby. The title is The Demon in the Snow. This will be our third episode. Oh, no, our fourth episode. So 5'1" and 5'8" are roughly thresholds for women. So are you meaning like anything 5'1" and under is short? And anything 5 and 8 up is tall, and the in between is just sort of like average? Is that how you would understand that? Yeah, 5'4". I think 5'4", 5'5" is probably pretty average from people I meet. The ladies I know. Actually, I think our besties are like 5'8". They're a bit taller than us. They're like a... Yeah, we'll see. Pardon? Oh, sorry. And then for men, it's like 5'7", 5'11". How tall are you, babe? I just asked him and he said 6'4". He's not that tall. Should I know how tall he is? I know how tall he is by like where I can nuzzle. Like I can like nuzzle into his sort of lower shoulder. That's how tall he is. For man measurements, subtract about 4 inches. For all the measurements? Or just for height? I'm not an 18+ channel yet, so don't be too rude in the chat. Innuendo is totally okay, though. I'm going to make it a tray. So I think it will kind of get a little too floppy if I build the high sides on it. So I'm going to do a straight stitch and then see if I need to even it up at all. The rope's pretty thin, so like if one half of side is slightly more stacked layers than one other side, you might not notice as much, but sometimes it bugs me if I realize I've not quite gone all the way around. I think about there. This is probably good, so we'll go to here. And then I'm not going to cut it yet because the core of this will sort of peek its way out if I cut it too soon. It's a very bright white core. Okay, I'm going to take a couple more sips of this coffee that I like it cold. For a good reason, though. That raid was really fun. And having such a busy chat, it was quite a nice treat. And people were getting subs, and then we had a hype train going. That was a fun first. I don't think I stayed on top of saying goodbye to everybody if they left. Off to go sit in traffic until next time. Okay, and how the heck do I say your username? Zerustana. Zerustana. I'm trying. If there's a phonetic way to show me how to say that, that'd be awesome. But be careful in traffic. Drive safe. If you're having to sit a lot in it, I guess it's, you know, you're doing okay. Safe-wise. Thanks for tuning in. You can shorten it to Zirus like Cyrus, but with a Z. Oh, Zyrus. Zyrus. Got it. So Zyrus Tana. Or Tana. I want to say Tana. Zyrus Tana. Zyrus Tana. Cool. Thank you. Hey, you works too. A gal at one of the other shops that I actually want to get back into for having rope stuff. Her name is Hui Ru. It's a Korean name, I believe. And she's always says, if you can't say it, just say hey you, because it sounds so similar. It's very cute. Pardon? Oh, he said something, didn't quite catch it. North of the border, please don't call me Zed. I know, and I am one of those Canadians that always gets mixed up which one we say versus is the U.S. one. My mom always corrects me. She's a teacher, so she's always correcting my grammar. I majored in English Lit, and yet I'm an awful speller and always making mistakes grammatically. Maybe that's why I didn't finish the last little stretch of that degree. I was only like a semester away too, so stupid. But when I was done, I'd have to redo classes I'd already done, and I did it again. That's okay. Don't need it right anymore now. Okay. I promise I won't call you Zed. And you're welcome to lurk. Lurkers welcome at any time. Don't ever feel pressured to have to chat. This space needs to be what people want it to be for themselves, whether it's like just a background thing, ASMR type quality. Especially if I'm making the really big bags and I get some music going and just got that constant hum and beat of the machine. It can kind of, does give me this sort of ASMR effect sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna get pretty close to where the end of it is. I'm gonna cut before. Actually, I just realized I might have to actually go a little further than I wanted because I'm realizing I might have to still melt the end, and I don't want to have to hold the basket too close to the bit I want to melt if I need to. I might not have to. We'll see what happens to the core once I cut the rope. Okay, so I'm gonna flatten it a bit here and see if I'm happy with where I decided to finish it for height. Oh, where'd my thread bin go? I moved it. Right here for now. Those out of the way. Oh, I forgot I had these. When I use my regular size rope, I'll play around with these like gold and gray, and it's like more of a charcoal gray beads. Those will be fun, especially if I use like gold thread. Thanks to everybody who's still tuning in and lurking. I appreciate it. Does anybody else watch Fallout in the chat? I know I got all excited there about that episode. That's probably what we'll watch over lunch or dinner. Oh, it'd be late lunch because we went way over today. That's okay. That's okay though. I'm happy about it. I didn't have the confidence that my brain was going to be able to handle it, so I'm glad it did. I'm going to add just a titch more over to here because I feel like it needs it. But I'm just going to cut it and let it lie. And if the core retracts a bit, that's okay. We can fix it. But I am going to melt this end right away, right here. If I was going to cut a lot of paracord and melt it, I would go by a fan or a window. I'm just doing it twice, so I think we're okay. Melt, melt, melt. And then I pinch it with my pliers to cool it off and flatten it a bit. Actually, I'm just realizing I probably shouldn't have flattened it that much, but we can snip this little melted bit off before we use it for something else. That's gonna stay up here so I know where the end is. I'm not gonna melt this one just yet. I'm going to sew it down more, and then I will see if the core needs to be trimmed before I melt. Or if I can sew over it without melting, that's my preference, because then I don't have to potentially hear the needle hit the plastic. Okay. Straight, straight. Okay. Home stretch, folks. Home stretch. Okay, so I'm going to, oh, that's the wrong thing with handles. Oh, I just put them up here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. So I don't have the core on this little bit, so I can just sew right over it. Hopefully it doesn't fray too much. If it does, I might have to take the stitches out and then melt and then sew again. But we're gonna see. Goes in there. I am gonna start another thread discard bin though for just thread, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, because I want to try that little project I saw using thread scraps. Because it'd be nice to not use it just for stuffing all the time. It'd be nice to have different things you utilize to use up all your materials. I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste, for one, the environment, for two, budget. Don't want to buy supplies and then throw them away. Even if it is inch by inch. Okay, so it's a bit frayy, and I can see the core right in there. We're going to come down and we're going to try and sew over the end here without hopefully making it do anything funky. We'll see. Just thinking if I stitch setting to be slightly narrower or not. No, I'm going to keep it at 5. Until I can... Now I'm going to change it to 1 and 6 so we have a nice... Kind of place it so that the thread is wrapped, not just pinching in the rope, but wrapping over the outside rope, the top piece I mean, and it kind of holds it down and keeps all those rope fibers down. There is another way that a lot of people finish their bowls. I'll show you guys with a different kind of rope sometime. It's not that I don't like it. I think it looks great. It's just, I just like this style. So it's the one I stick with when I'm finishing my baskets. If I'm gonna add like maybe a decorative element to the outside of the basket where it finishes, then I might add the loop. Some people sort of fold it over and they have a little loop on the outside of their rope bowl. But I like how streamlined it looks when it just sort of blends in with itself. I don't know if all that makes sense what I just said because I didn't show you how other people do it, but in a sec. I'm throwing my thread here because I moved my other thing out. Sometimes on the end of a project, let's say this was the basket here, people will fold under and then they'll finish their basket with a loop on it like this, and then they just sew this part down and then they have a loop here, and that's what people see. And that's a common way for some people to do it. I think on a certain shape of basket, if it's a stiffer rope, having that could be cool. It could almost be something you put on a hook if it's like a narrow basket. But I just sort of started doing this one day and I didn't mind it. So it's just sort of become the way I do it. Okay, sparkly rope test complete. You can spin it like a disco ball. Oh, are we on the overhead cam? Oh, we're kind of far away. If the sparkles catch. I wonder if I shine more light on it, the sparkles will catch. Turn it over maybe. Look very sparkly to you guys on the camera. Oh, good. He made it bigger for me so I could see if I'm there. Yeah, you can see the colors in there. Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, I think little mini bowls like this too would be really cute as little jewelry catchers because they have that sort of sparkle jewelry sort of vibe. So yeah, and I ordered two. I knew I was going to really like the color of it, so I was going to make it work no matter what. So I have a whole other thing of it. And we've probably maybe used half of this other bunch. It was the same size as this one. I think it's 100 or 150 feet. I have to look at my invoice. I think it's 100 feet. So yeah, we'll use that again. And I noticed after I completed my order that they also had this with like a plain with sparkles. So I might order that next time too. But I'm gonna make my way through some of this stuff first and see if my other supplier has a sale soon as well. And then decide what I'll do. Probably after Valentine's Day, because we have enough fun colors here. I can add some pinks and reds to the plain from those heart bowls. But we will make, I think next time I'm going to use this one and we'll try making a heart bowl. Heart-shaped bowl. Heart-shaped box. Is that Nirvana or Whole? No, it's Nirvana. Heart-shaped box. Is that the sticker? Yeah, it's the sticker there. Okay, I'm gonna tidy up a few things here. Put my threads away. Purples, blues. White can stay in there because it gets used a lot. Oh yeah, I'm also taking name suggestions for this little gal. Oh, I like to, when I have a job going, put something on my spinny thing. I meant to put that on there at some point. Also wanted to try it with this little tree I got from my niece. I also put this little hula girl on here. You guys see? Oh. And I'm just realizing the thread here it's just because it slipped off the other side. I forgot to see if she moved when I had the machine on. I'm gonna go on high speed for a second, see if she moves. Oh, she's covered by the other frame. I guess you guys don't see all. You can just see half of her. She wiggles a little bit like she's dancing. Kind of have to go full speed for her to wiggle. Oh, I left the bobbin thread in when I did that. Well, I will probably end up taking her off, but I was just trying to do silly stuff on my machine. I didn't end up having to use, I think this still looked okay without the shiny thread. I think it still works. Pop that back up there. Okay, let's see, what do we got? Thank you to everyone who stayed around, who's lurking, who chatted, who rated, who got subs, who received subs. I'm gonna go on and check everybody's page out and see what they're doing. I don't have my Discord prompt set up yet, but hopefully we'll have that done very soon. I know it's a fun place to refer to like different photos and different chats or things or links you want to share back and forth that come up. So I think that's on the top of our list for things on our daily to-do list for stream stuff. So yeah. Sorry? Scottish Mind Games, thank you so much. Oh, great stream. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely evening and a great sleep. Because you're really going to bed before us, me. Oh. And Z, not the other one. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I think they still, yeah. Oh yeah, I just realized we could rate someone else. Let me have a look. I gotta like start remembering these things, right? I did my first raid the other day. We did Art and Jest. It was online. I'll have a look on my phone in a sec here and see who's online. Okay, so if you want to raid over, stick with me while I just get through it here on my phone. Oops. See, I've already got out of the chat by accident. Access more tools. Okay, so that's just a thing. Access more tools. Stream. There. I got out of my stream manager for some reason. It was in the other chat, so I'm just gonna go back over. There it is. You said to find my little raid prompt. Okay, so we're looking through other channels. Who we got? Oh, I know this is the hard part. How do I decide who I'm gonna pick? Because all these people are great. Okay, going back up to the top. We've got a few people. How many people are watching? Actually, I talked about this person during chat. Who's also a sewer. Let's go see this person. We're going to go over to Mocha Mage, who is also a sewer and makes beautiful clothing and has a skill set that I bet is a resource for me. And we're neighbors on this island we live on. She said it before I did in chat, which is the only reason I'm mentioning it. So, how do I attach? Oh no, it automatically attaches people, or do I have to add you? Find a channel to raid. So I've clicked on that. It must just take people over automatically because it's not asking me to add anybody. I think that was on the PC. Okay, so I'm gonna say goodbye before we hit the raid button. So this will be the second raid I've ever done. Got my first one today and doing a second one today. Thanks, everybody. I clicked it. Did it do it? You already have a raid in progress. Okay, so it did go over.
Yeah, it's okay.
Got it. So now, how do I get back to my other channel to see where I am? I'm not sure when it clicked. I guess it counts over. It didn't count over in my screen, though. It's not really showing anything right now, so I don't know. I chose this one, and I hit it, and then when I went to go hit it again, it said already started one, so I'm not sure what's happening. Because when I hit it here, it said already started one. I already have one in progress, so I don't know.
So hit X.
Yeah, it's not showing me. I don't understand. Sorry, guys. I didn't do it on my phone last time. We did it through the PC, so it's just looking a little different. Pardon? I think then doesn't that take away our ability to